for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? This is our boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back, y'all. Yes, y'all. And you don't stop. Yes, sir. It is what it is. We back. We are back. And I'm wearing black today. You see what I'm saying? Back and I'm wearing black. Man, there's a whole lot of news going on in boxing today, man. Bro, we got to cover it. Some new Canelo news today. Wow. Wow, this is fresh off the presses, so I got to talk about this. And, we're going to talk about the Anthony Joshua interview that just dropped. So that was a very, very telltale, very telltale, interview. You see what I'm saying? But I'm not going to go at it the way other people may go at it, that interview interpreted. I'm going to put a little spin on it myself. You see what I'm saying? I put a little spin on it. You see what I'm saying? Because it's very, very interesting. Boxing is in a very interesting space right now, guys. But before I get started, let me give everybody in the audience right now, we're going to let the YouTube universe send out the notifications. I did post this live late. You know what I mean? So normally when I do a show, I try to post it like 3 hours before 3 o'clock or maybe even earlier, so we'll know. Everybody know what, to get the notifications out. So I kind of posted it like 50 minutes before 3. You know what I mean? So, because I forgot, because I was on Nestor Gibbs' show on the Boxing Voice. And I forgot to post my damn show. So shout out to Nestor Gibbs. But we want to give everybody a round of applause. Everybody a round of applause. Arlette, are you a moderator? If you're not a moderator, sis, let me... Oh, hold on. I can make you a moderator. I can't right now. Arlette, just leave a comment. Not on here. I'm going to make you a moderator if you're not one. I can't see on here if you're a moderator or not. As a matter of fact, no, I can make you one right now. Hold on. Yeah, I can do it right now. Yep. Do it right now. Yeah, man. There's a lot of, bro, there's a lot of interesting things going on today. And we're going to get right into this. We have to get right into this. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of stuff going on in the sport of boxing. And when I say a lot, there is a lot. There's a lot going on right now in the sport of boxing. As you know, we have the, with the Crawford and Sean Porter. Sean Porter is finally talking about that on his podcast. That's great. He's finally on talking about Terrence Crawford. That's good news. Arlette, I just made your mod. Sis. Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's good news. And, we have Anthony Joshua interview. I don't want to make it seem like I'm rambling. And then we had this Canelo Alvarez information that just came out today. Bro, this is just so much shit. So now let's unpack all of this first. Before we do, let's give everybody a shout out. Shout out to Alan Skill. What's going on, Alan Skill? Shout out to Double Lady Sagittarius. Salute, fam. Shout out to Mercy Grace. Shout out to Halim in the building. Shout out to MTK Global. Shout out to Coach Asgi. Shout out to Opender. What's going on, fam? Shout out to OG, Double OG, Triple OG, Quadruple OG. You see what I'm saying? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like the video. Please subscribe and like the video and share the live. You see what I'm saying? Also, shout out to I Buy Houses. Shout out to A Reds. Shout out to Merrill Dixon. Big Money Texas in the building. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Big Money Texas. I'm going to talk about that, fam. I'm going to talk about that. I have to talk about that. That's fresh. That's like fresh on top of fresh on top of fresh. Shout out to Jedi Gremlin. Shout out to Fury Survivor. Shout out to Chain with Ice. Shout out to Richard Sletsky. What's going on, fam? Shout out to my brother Smith and West from D-Town, Detroit. Shout out to my sister Karma Serene. Carm, let's hit the Ali Bell. Hit the Ali Bell for Arlette. Hit the Ali Bell for Karma. We gotta hit the Ali Bell for the sisters. Oh, hit the Ali Bell for my brother Smith and West, man. Can't do him like that. Oh, and hit the Ali Bell for my co-host Shelton Moore. I did speak to him earlier today. Anyways, shout out to Toby Barlett. Shout out to Victor Bada. What's going on, fam? Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, bro. I saw that. Yeah, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about that. I have it pulled up right now. Shout out to Wizard Sleeve. Shout out to Jedi Gremlin. Shout out to Titus. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Shane. What's going on, Shane? Shout out to Chris. Chris, what's happening? What's happening? Shout out to Uncle Dave Zilla. Dave Zilla. That's a ooh, Dave Zilla. You know what I mean? Shout out to Boxing Fan. What's going on, fam? Salute from Scotland. Shout out to the UK. Shout out to all over the Americas. Shout out to all over the world. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to wow. Let's see. Shout out to PED. Shout out to Uwapo. What's going on, fam? Shout out to let's see. Rider of the Storm. Shout out to who else we got? All right, Bruce goes. Bruce, what's going on, fam? Always happy to see Bruce. Always happy to see Bruce. Always happy to see my brother Bruce. Let's see. Let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. Shout out to Johnny Blaze. I'm just trying to make sure I get everybody before I start. I don't want anyone to get upset with me. Shout out to Sniper. Shout out to Wizard Sleeve. Shout out to Vanilla Friday. Shout out to Toby Bartlett. What's going on? Who else we have? Shout out to Sophia. Sophia, what's good, sis? Always hit Ali Bell for the sisters. Shout out to Nice Boy. What's going on, fam? And let's get into this, guys. Let's get into this. Man, top of the hour, as you know, the Canelo Alvarez Caleb Plant fight has been broken off. We're going to get into that. Sophia says, how old are you, coach? I am 47 and a half. I'll be 48 in January. I am a Capricorn. 47 and a half. You know what I mean? That's why I call myself the old man. I call myself the old man, not because I feel old or nothing like that. I still run I can run a 4.6 in the 40 right now. It's just that I never thought that I would live to see 47 because of how, the environment that I grew up around. And now, my brother passed away at 39. My mother's gone. I'm the only surviving. I'm the only surviving member of my family from a direct lineage from my mother and my father. Yep. So other than that, that's it. So that's what it is. That's what it is. But anyways, let's get into this. I watched the interview. Let me go ahead and pull this interview up, guys, because I don't want to. Let me pull this interview up, guys. Let's do this. I want to pull this interview up. Oh, come on, man. Guys, just bear with me one moment. I'm trying to get this up for you guys because, I don't like just talking about stuff. I just like to show it. I like to show you the receipts just in case you didn't see it for yourself. You guys know how I feel about, showing receipts. So, I have to always show the receipts. Let's do this. Let's go to my channel. I'm pulling it up right now, guys. Bear with me for one moment. Go to my channel, go to my playlist, and let's see what we have. I'm going to pull this up. And while I'm doing that, I have to give everybody in the audience a round of applause. We have to do that. What am I doing? Guys? I'm going to pull up the interview with Anthony Joshua. The Sean Porter interview as well. We're going to talk about Sean Porter today and Terrence Crawford, Porterway podcast. We're going to talk about Anthony Joshua, and we're going to talk about this new news from Mike Carpenter. I could have swore that I saved that. I guess I didn't. So since I didn't save that, let's go back and look at my history. Let's look at my history, guys, because I'm going to pull this up. So now, as you know, Anthony Joshua did an interview. He did an interview, guys. As a matter of fact, bear with me for a moment, guys. As you know, Anthony Joshua did I'm trying to pull this video up because I want to show you guys this. He did an interview with the Overlap. I think the guy name was Gary Neville. He did an interview with the Overlap, and he had a lot of telltale things that he was talking about as it related to what happened with the breakdown between him and Tyson Fury for the Undisputed. I don't want to talk about that shit, to be honest with you guys, because I don't want to keep relitigating the past and all of that stuff there. Fact of the matter is, these guys are not fighting, so there's no need to really even talking about that. So a lot of people is talking about that. Some people are talking about that aspect of it. What happened, how it broke down. I don't really want to get into it. We all know the fight ain't happening. you know, and for whatever side you want to be on, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm kind of like past it myself, but I'm going to pull up this video of Anthony Joshua. I could have sworn that, yep, this is it right here. No, that's not it. That's not it. Bear with me, guys. Hold on. It's not on here. Oh, here it goes. Here it goes. Yeah. Here it goes. Here it goes. I got it right here. Damn, I could have sworn I saved to a playlist. Yeah. So what I do, guys, when I find out information, I save it to a playlist, and then let's pull it up. Bam. Here we go, guys. Sorry about that. Here we go, guys. So I have that up, and we're going to pull up the Portaway podcast. Let's put up the Portaway podcast while we at it, because we're going to cover these three subjects. Now, as it relates to Anthony Joshua, he broke down a lot of different things about, you know, just about, you know, him being excited about the Terrence Crawford fight. He's training. He's getting ready for it. Well, that's not Anthony Joshua. Sorry about that. That's Sean Porter and Anthony Joshua. Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford. Sorry, guys. I'm looking at trying to multitask. But as it relates to Anthony Joshua, you know, the reason why I say, and I believe in my heart, especially now, I'm not saying in the past, but I'm saying as of right now today, why I believe that, you know, why I think Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn are great for boxing, because they have more like a business partnership relationship, guys. And I think that the way boxing is going, like with the PBC, you know, they always say, call Al, big fear. They always say, call Al, right? Because, you know, a lot of these fighters, they feel like they have a really good relationship with Al Heyman. So kind of like more, I don't want to say if they have a partnership, but maybe like a big relationship or something like that, guys. So I believe, this is my opinion, you know, I believe that, you know, promoters should be the ones that work for the fighters instead of vice versa. This is the problem, guys. A lot of these fighters are not the smartest people in the world. And this is no disrespect to boxers, but boxers, I mean, they get punched in the head for a living. So that tells you everything you need to know. But everybody's not Muhammad Ali. And even Ali got screwed around financially because he had the wrong people on his team. Wrong, you know, members of the Nation of Islam, which an organization he was a part of, that was robbing him blind. Mainly Herbert Muhammad. Herbert Muhammad was robbing Ali blind, but he was blinded by, the religious, the nationalistic rhetoric, and that's what he believed in. I know because I believed in it myself, so I get it. But most fighters are not really financially savvy. Most of them don't take the time to learn about the economics and the business of boxing and stuff like that. They just, they basically, a lot of these fighters are just victims. You know what I mean? They have good skills. If they don't manage their money right, guys, then they end up being taken advantage of by the system. What system? The boxing system. And who are the biggest predators in the sport of boxing? Promoters. Promoters are the biggest predators in the sport of boxing. Now, I'm not here to cap for Eddie Hearn. Let you know right now. Don't know the man. I'm not here to cap for Eddie Hearn. You guys know I like Joshua. I'm not here to cap for Joshua either. But I'm gonna tell you what I do like about their business relationship. And why do I feel that Anthony Joshua, in my eyes, is the best heavyweight in the world right now today? Now, whether you agree that he's the best from a physical standpoint, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about, oh yeah, he's the best fighter in the world out of all the heavyweights, because there's an argument that Tyson Fury is. And I get that. Tyson Fury could be the best heavyweight in the world right now because he's the only undefeated champion. So I can give you that. Tyson Fury is the only undefeated champion in the world. So I can give you that. I'm not talking about that from that standpoint. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying like from a overall standpoint, business wise, his character, how he conducts himself in the public, just pretty much how he moves and go about his day, and go about, with his management company and go about in the business of boxing. This is what I wish Terrence Crawford would do, right? The problem is he's with an old dinosaur, Bob Arum, 90 years old. Bob Arum represents the old guard. The old way, the way things used to be, guys. Like, yeah, man, I'm the promoter. I got you signed. You got to do what I say. Yada, 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 yada. And that goes on right now in the sport of boxing. Even with the PBC, them guys can't do what they want to do. They talk that independent big fish shit, but that's some bullshit. When they say call Al is like that promoter over there. Now it's going to be something that say, oh man, well, he ain't really no promoter. You don't know what you're talking about. Nah, well, basically, if you have to do what someone else tells you to do, and you have to always get permission from them. Yeah, I kind of know what I'm talking about. So we can agree to disagree on that. But hey, man, the fact of the matter is, all of them say the same thing. So, but I'm not even here to get into that. But in a recent interview with Gary Neville, you see what I'm saying? Of the Overlap podcast, Anthony Joshua did give some insight into a lot of personal questions that boxing fans wanted to know, especially myself, because I've heard people who don't like Anthony Joshua from the UK say, "Oh, he ain't nobody. He's a convicted drug dealer." Yada 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 yada. These self-righteous people, these self-righteous people who always look to depict and say, "Hey, this guy, he went through this when he was younger. This is why I don't like him." Well, what the hell was you doing? What did you get caught up in? Or what was you doing? These self-righteous fans. And this guy was a fan of he's a Tyson Fury fan. More, I would say more fanatical than anything. I wouldn't say a fan, but more of a fanatical fan. And this is what they say, he's a drug dealer, yada yada. Okay, man got caught some weed, whatever. All right, it is what it is. I'm not even here to argue with that. You see what I'm saying? Not here to argue with these guys. But what I learned about this interview is, to me, he showed me a lot of character and personality in this particular interview. And he did not run away from tough questions. You see what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that is because to me, his energy came across as very positive, very sincere. You see what I'm saying? Straight to the goddamn point, how I like it. Straight to the point. Pause. You know what I mean? And he was very transparent, right? Joshua always also talked about pretty much how he got into trouble with the law when he was a teenager and how he began his career in the sport of boxing. He touched on that, right? I saw the entire interview. I think it's like 45 minutes. I'm gonna pull it up and show you guys, and I'm gonna drop the link as well. Well, it's in the description below. It's in the description below, right? We're gonna cover Joshua. We're gonna cover Canelo Alvarez. We're gonna cover Porter and Crawford. One of the many knocks on Joshua by his critics, deservingly so or undeservingly so, by his critics, by his detractors, and even the haters alike, is that he's been pampered. Oh, man, I don't like him. He been pampered. He ain't no real champion. Oh, man, he making all this money. He rich. Oh, man, he got big muscles. Oh, he been pampered. He been pampered. We like a real champion. That's what they say. You see what I'm saying? He's a convicted drug dealer. He ain't all that. Yada, 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 yada. So you get what I'm saying. He's chinny. What else they say? He got beat by a fat boy, etc., etc., etc. Right? And that's fine. In this game, it comes with the territory. You see what I'm saying? Now, Anthony Joshua does take care of his management team. He has a management team. He takes good care of his management team. That's why he doesn't need a manager. He doesn't have to pay a manager. He doesn't have to call Al because Al is not his manager. He called Eddie Hearn. Him and Eddie Hearn have a working relationship, right? Now, in the past, it was more like Eddie Hearn was the promoter. Joshua, you got to do what I say. But now, Eddie Hearn and Joshua has more of a working relationship. You see what I'm saying? Because Joshua's a big star now, and the way him and Eddie Hearn started out is not where they're at right now. And I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna tie this into what fighters should do today, what other fighters should do today. They should look at what Canelo is doing. Forget whether you like him or not. Whether you call him cinnamon or which that Canelo does mean cinnamon. What do you say? I don't like him. He ducking black fighters, even though he fought quite a few black fighters. I don't like him. Yada 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 yada. Well, regardless of that, I'm not here to get into your feelings, your emotions. What I can't do is tongue wrestle with the emotions, right? I'm not gonna do that. You see what I'm saying? So he takes care of his management team, Anthony Joshua, and his professional life and business life is pretty much intact. This is what I see. You see what I'm saying? He's an incredible sportsman in and outside of the ring. He's an incredible role model for kids. Now, if you're one of those type of people say, "Oh man, he got convicted of drugs when he was 18 years old, F him, yada 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 yada," and that's fine if you feel that way. That's fine if you feel that way, right? But he is a global superstar. Is he big in the U.S.? No, he's not. Is he big outside of the U.S.? Yes, he is. So, again, I'm not here to argue or debate with anyone about anything. I'm not here to change anyone's mind. I'm just calling it like I see it. Joshua is a global superstar, with the receipts to back it up, and he has global drawing power outside of the U.S., right? So, in this particular interview, Joshua talks about how he got banned from his hometown. Now, I'm not familiar with the UK, so, you guys know more about it than I do. How he got banned from his hometown and how he had to stay in London after he got banned from his hometown. Joshua also asked questions about the Andy Ruiz one-loss at Madison Square Garden. Now, certain fighters that we know in the heavyweight division, they even made mockery, laugh at Anthony Joshua when he lost to Andy Ruiz. They even said, oh, see, this proved that he wasn't no real champion, how he got pampered and this and that and this and that and this and that. And you know, and yada yada yada. And I get it. I understand. That's fine. You know what I mean? But some of those same guys who were champions who got their ass beat, they turned around and made a million excuses, but we ain't gonna get into that. But when asked how did he lose the fight against Andy Ruiz, guess what Anthony Joshua said? He said there's no excuses. How I lost pretty much is irrelevant. There's no excuses. I lost. That's what he said. He didn't blame the water bottle. He didn't blame the trainer. He didn't blame no costume. He didn't blame. He just said, look, man, I lost. Period. But his detractors will not give him credit for that. They'll make excuses for other fighters who make excuses, but his detractors will not give him credit for taking responsibility, saying, man, I just lost. I got beat. But that's but you know, that's fine. That's fine. It's not a problem. You know what I mean? Now, to me, in my eyes, that's how a true champion handles and responds to defeat. No excuses. That's how a true champion handles, you know, tough questions, because a lot of these fighters are 95% prima donnas. They are emotional as hell. All of them. Most of them. Fighters are very emotional. They have some beta male tendencies for them to be in such a masculine sport, to be honest with you. Hate to say it, but it's true. But it's true. They are. Most of them are. You see what I'm saying? True champions don't make excuses when adversity strikes. True champions do not blame others for their loss. As we know, true champions understand that they must face their truth, their own personal truth, and accept responsibility, guys, for their own actions in order to make the corrections that are deemed necessary for them to win in the next fight. Right? Now, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Joshua also broke down exactly what happened in the Tyson Fury negotiations and what went wrong from his perspective. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. When asked by Gary Neville, or Neville, however you want to pronounce it, what had happened in the negotiation with Fury, Joshua just simply said, and I quote, you know, there's his side, there's our side, and then there's the truth. Now, I don't want to go back and relitigate what happened between Fury and Joshua. We all know it was going back and forth, and depending on which side of the fence you're on, my guy was ready, and the pumped up weightlifter, he was ducking, yada 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 yada. And Eddie Hearn, he knew what time it was, and he still was trying to make a fight happen, and he knew I had arbitration. Regardless of what side of the fence you're on, I don't want to relitigate that shit. I don't. I really don't. You see what I'm saying? Now, but that's neither here nor there. And at this point, it's a moot point, right? They're not fighting, so let's not even talk about that. But Fury has to deal with a highly motivated Deontay Wilder right now, who is determined to get his belt back. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on with Fury. And Deontay Wilder also wants to get his revenge, or whatever the case may be, right? Now, Joshua has to deal with a highly motivated Alexander Usyk, who is determined to become the unified heavyweight champion of the world. We know this, right? Joshua also broke down the working relationship that him and Eddie Hearn has together. This is where the topic of this live comes from, and why they have such a good business partnership together, working relationship, right? Business-wise. Now, as you know, guys, promoters should not own fighters like they did back in the day. Not in today's time. But when you're dealing with these old promoters, they still have that old school mentality, right? Fighters and promoters should have a business-like relationship, in my opinion, guys. You guys may not agree, but they should have a business-like relationship, right? And like more like a partnership, kind of similar to what Eddie Hearn and not Al Heyman, but Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua has. You see what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn works for Anthony Joshua, not the other way around. And this is what Eddie Hearn said on many occasions. I work for Anthony Joshua. I work for Canelo Alvarez. I have to do what they tell me to do. What they ask me to do, I'm going to work for them, because working for them is in their benefits. Now, we do know that old ass promoters like Bob Arum, they might feel totally different. And just old promoters in general. Don King, same way. You see what I'm saying? What can other fighters, like my favorite fighter, Terrence Crawford, like Tank Davis, Jamel Charlo, Teofimo Lopez, David Benavidez, and many more, learn from Anthony Joshua in this interview from a business standpoint? I'm not necessarily saying from a fighting standpoint. I'm saying from a business standpoint, what could they learn from this interview? Because I learned a lot. I learned a lot, guys. Can other fighters learn how to brand themselves? You guys know I'm big on that. Fighters need to be going on the Chitlin circuit, the YouTube streets, and doing interviews. Letting people get up and close and personal with you. Since your fans are on social media, since your fans are watching different podcasts and stuff like that, you fighters should be pulling up on different platforms. Whether you like them or not, pull up on them anyways. Doesn't matter. You see what I'm saying? And this is what I wish Terrence Crawford would do. This is what I wish David Benavidez would do. This is what I wish Jamel Charlo would do. This is what I wish a lot of these fighters would do. Tank Davis. These guys do not understand we are in a new era. And the old way of doing things is dead. It's over with. You see what I'm saying? That's how I feel. That's how I feel. You see what I'm saying? So, you don't want to be looked upon as just another dumb boxer or another dumb fighter that's getting pimped by a promoter. This is why it's important that these fighters study Anthony Joshua's business model, study Canelo Alvarez's business model. Yes, they was with promoters, but now they are working hand in hand, after the contracts expired. And that was more like a partnership. Fighters today, regardless of what side of the fence you're on, they can learn a lot from this guy. You see what I'm saying? From a business standpoint, guys, keep it in its proper perspective, a business standpoint. Now, the one thing that I learned from this interview is that in order for the sport of boxing to evolve, the fighters have to evolve as well. As I said before, guys, the old school way of doing things in the sport of boxing is dying and it is dead to me. You see what I'm saying? And if the fighters don't understand this, then they will be bitter, broke, and disgusted. This is just how I feel about it. In the sport of boxing, and I'll say this, and I have to preface this. In the sport of boxing, guys, exposure is everything. Exposure is everything in the sport of boxing. And to be able to go on different platforms and be able to give interviews and stuff like that, I think that's very important. And I would like to say this as well, guys, before I open up the panel. And in today's time, in today's fighters, they need to learn how to use media, especially social media, right? As leverage in order to do what? Build their brand, build their image, become more personal with their fans of the sport of boxing. They will always be made, I don't want to say made, but they will always, in my opinion, if they don't do this, these fighters will always be mad. They'll be bitter. They'll be resentful towards the sport of boxing, towards the fans. And a lot of these fighters are sensitive as hell. You see what I'm saying? And now let's break down this interview, guys. See what I learned about this, man. I hope you guys really checked it out and looked at it. I'm going to drop it right here. Let me drop it right here, guys. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and drop it right here, man, because we got a lot of stuff we need to cover today. We got a lot of stuff we need to cover today. So I'm going to share this, guys. Let me share this right quick. You know how I do it. I like to come with the receipts. I don't want you guys thinking I'm just talking. Bear with me. Hold on. Where's that? All right, here it go. Here it go right here, guys. Sorry about that. I got you. Here it goes right here. Bam. All right, guys, this right here, this is the interview. So if you don't have it, please click the link in the description below. This is it right here. Anthony Joshua shares full interview, shares all in full interview and challenges Gary Neville in the ring. Yeah, the rest of this stuff was just, like him, doing like little boxing training techniques with him and stuff like that. But he asked him some key questions in here. But what I got out of this, I got the business relationship, how he set his business up with his own management company, the working relationship that he has with Eddie Hearn, and how I think that, and Eddie Hearn even had a working relationship with Devin Haney and different fighters. And Eddie Hearn is not the type of promoter, say what you want to say about him, but I don't see him like trying to get these fighters to sign long-term contracts. He like, listen, we can work on a fight-by-fight basis. He said we can work on a fight-by-fight basis because a fighter, just because we have one good relationship on one fight, it may sour the next fight. And I think if most fighters, guys, I don't care what side of the pond you're on, whether you're in the UK, whether you're in America, or anywhere around the world in between, I think that fighters today, the old way of doing things in boxing, guys, is done to me. And until fighters like a Terrence Crawford, he needs to wake his ass up. Fighters like what's the name? David Benavidez, he need to wake his ass up. Fighters like Tank Davis, he needs to wake his ass up. Now, what Tank doing good? You know, Floyd Mayweather doing good for him. Yeah, but it's still kind of like a master-slave relationship. What I mean by that is Floyd always doing the talking. Tank got to be quiet. Tank got to look over there at Floyd. It's obvious that Floyd is the one that's making the decisions, and he running this guy's career and does what he wants and does what he's told to do. Forget the damn skin color. Forget the skin color. It's the same situation. Only difference is, instead of him being Bob Arum, he's Floyd Mayweather. It's the same thing. To me it is. So I think fighters, if all you fighters who can't talk, you need to adjust. Go to school, get some training, work on your oratorical skills. If you're not familiar with promoters and reporters and stuff like that, learn how not to have such thin skin. Everybody's not going to like you. You have fanatical fanboys and stuff out there that's not going to like you. They're going to say all kind of crazy stuff about you. You're going to have trolls. They're going to try to get a reaction from you. Handle it like I would handle it. What do I mean by that? I get called stuff all the time. I get called coon, Uncle Tom, sellout, this, that, mostly from Alphabet Boy channels and Deontay Wilder supporters. Guess what? You don't see me getting mad. None of that. You don't see me getting upset. You know why I don't get upset? I said, make sure they come back. Y'all come back tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, from 3 to 5:30. Because I don't take it personal. I don't take it personal. And I think if these fighters they can learn a lot from me. Look, this is how you handle this situation. You automatically go into a situation knowing that, hey, this person is going to try to get an emotional response from you. They're trying to rent space in your head. I refuse to let somebody who I don't know rent space in my head for free. You're not going to rent space in my head. It's not going to work. But these fighters be on Twitter. Oh man, you see what these niggas saying about me? Oh, I ain't gonna go on this plot. I ain't gonna go over here because I don't like what he's saying. Especially if you are an overly emotional fighter, like one of my favorite fighters, Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo is overly emotional fighter. He's an overly emotional fighter. Jamel Charlo probably mad right now. He wakes up in the morning mad, more than likely, right? I'm just being honest with you. You see what I'm saying? Now, even a Tyson Fury, I think if a Tyson Fury kid, instead of just, I just knock people out, he let the promoters handle that stuff. I don't even like that relationship. I think that, since you are the one promoting your fights yourself by talking, when you're lying or whatever the case may be, for being a character, since you are the one doing it anyways, I think that someone like him can benefit from that as well. Don't say, I don't want to talk to the UK media. Kicking the UK media aside, where you're from. This is your own home country, Tyson Fury. You're kicking the UK media aside in your own hometown. Say, you know what? Put your big boy draws on. Say, you know what? No, I'm fixing to go over here, man. And this is Joshua right here, guys. Hold on. Sorry about that. I'm fixing to go over here and sorry about that. Let me get that on. I'm fixing to go over here and I'm just going to deal with these guys. These guys have to, I'm gonna blow this up a little bit, guys, and we're gonna move on. These fighters have to know how to become more business-like. Stop depending on these promoters like they got all the power. No, the promoter can't make no damn money if you don't fight. I would advise any fighter, listen, have a partner relationship with your, these fighters have to stop being so emotional. I was on Ness channel today, on the Boxing Boys, and that's what he talked about for 2 days. He was like, well, we talked about a lot of things, but he said that you'll be surprised. These fighters are so emotional. These fighters are so emotional. They are so emotional. We know the fanboys are emotional, and we know that we have fans that are emotional, right? But man, it shocked me that we are in this Mandingo warrior sport, and these fighters are so goddamn emotional. Like their periods is on. Dude, go put a maxi pad on after you finish bleeding for 7 days. Get your mind back right. And this is the problem with a lot of these fighters. And then the thing is you come into the game is over. I think every fighter needs to take more control of their career. Sugar Ray Robinson did it. Muhammad Ali did it. You may not have the skill set that these guys have. Bernard Hopkins did it. B-Hop. And I think B-Hop was on to something. Roy Jones even did it. Roy Jones even did it. Joshua J. What do you say, fam? He says AJ doesn't support on YouTube box community. Yeah, I haven't seen him do it. You're right about that. Doesn't do interviews with them. Only Sky Sports. Doesn't support youth. Yeah, you're right about that. That is true. Joshua J. You're right about that, brother. I have not seen him do that. But Joshua's in a position where he doesn't have to do it, I guess. But everybody's not Joshua. Everybody's not Joshua. Now, your name Joshua too. Joshua J. Everybody's not Anthony. Anthony Joshua. Everybody's not in the position that he's in. I'm talking about these fighters who, like the Bud Crawfords, quite they don't say nothing. They got a beautiful personality off camera or when you see them in the background kicking it with their friends and stuff, but they won't show that side to the media, the fans. They don't do none of that. And they genuinely don't care, right? And that's fine. If that's what they want to do, so be it. But all I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is this. I just think that, guys, you know, maybe I'm being biased. Maybe I'm being biased. You know, that might be me being biased. And I'm just saying that I think these fighters should evolve, is what I'm saying. I think they should evolve. I think they should evolve. Hold on. What this guy said in the chat. He says, stop saying these fighters. Call it what it is, basically. The black fighters that do all the diva crying shit. That's what you're saying. I don't need you putting words in my mouth, sir. I'm saying these fighters. So if you're saying that most of the fighters that are boxing are black, then so be it. I'm saying these fighters because it's more than black fighters in the sport of boxing. Every black fighter is not doing diva shit. Crawford don't do nothing. He's black. So I totally disagree with what you're saying, sir. But if you feel like that's, you know, thank you for sharing your opinion, but I totally disagree with that. Stop saying these fighters. No, I'm going to say these fighters. Because every fighter doesn't fit this shoe. I'm saying that every fighter doesn't fit the shoe. The only fighters that fit what I'm saying are the ones that I'm talking about. For you to sit back and say, basically, black fighters, all black fighters don't act like divas. That's a lie. I'm assuming you're not black. I'm assuming that. I'm assuming you're not black. But that's okay. That's okay. Julson said AJ is commercial. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can go for that. Smith and West say, doesn't AJ do interviews with Pep Talk UK? Isn't that YouTube channel? Yeah, I haven't seen him on there. I haven't seen him on there. To be honest with you. But that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying, guys, is this. They're just try to follow me. Follow me here. Because I ain't trying to get into, what black fighters is. Okay, listen, man. This I already know where this shit gonna go at. Because, over here in America, it's all about the R word. The V word. Victim mentality, the R word, oppression. Oh, man, I'm just, this is this and that. It's like these guys wake up every day being professional victims. They wake up every day just, it is, and I get it. It is what it is. But that's neither here nor there. Regardless of what you think about him, that's not the point. What I'm saying, guys, is I love his business savvy. His business savvy as it relates to fighter versus working with the promoter as a business. You set up a management team, right? Why do you set up a management team? Because even if the fighter cannot be in on every detail, you set up a management team because you can have the management team work hand in hand with the promoter because the fighter is going to be focused on boxing, training for fights. But the fighter also has to be just more than just a boxer, is what I'm saying. James says, you're telling fighters to increase their brand by doing interviews, YouTube commercials, and be available. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Whether it's, YouTube, social media, commercials, I'm saying that the game has changed, James. You hit the nail right on the head, fam. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying any fighter. It doesn't matter who it is, what his race, color, creed is. It could be Caleb Eggplant. Okay, I use Caleb Eggplant because I don't want nobody getting offended because this one guy seemed like he got offended. I would even say Caleb Eggplant. You never see him do any goddamn thing. He's quiet. I called him the fake Color Me Bad, Robin Slick, Justin Timberfake. That's what I called him. We're going to talk about him too. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, guys. I think these fighters need to become any platform. Double-A Sagittarius, you're right. He says AJ gets over with the people. Some of the fighters needs to do what him and Canelo are doing business-wise. I'm talking about business-wise. I'm talking about business-wise. So let's you know, so for the guy who says to talk about black fighters, no, okay, let's talk about the white fighters. Caleb Eggplant is a perfect example of not promoting himself. This is why I don't generalize and say all black fighters, because it's not true. This is the white fighter, Caleb Eggplant, and he's with the PBC. And you notice most of the PBC fighters, what is Errol Spence is getting a push though. What is Errol Spence, Charlos, Eggplant, Keith Thurman was good at it, but Keith Thurman been at home having babies with his wife right now, so he been gone for 2 years, so he's irrelevant. You know, Danny Garcia's, like, these guys don't do nothing. They like, cool, chill, we making our money, but things have changed. Things have changed. And if these fighters do not get on the ball, guys, what's going to happen is they are going to be victims of a promoter, or AKA a pimp, or AKA a promotional company or management team or Carl Al or whoever. They're going to be victims of these guys because these fighters have not evolved with the times. The days of, yeah, man, you know, we just going to sign with a promotion company. He going to handle everything over there and I'm going to be handling everything over here. Those days are gone. I'm not saying that you don't start out like that. But when you get late up in your career and you built your brand off the back of that, off the back of your hard work and that promotional company, it's time to move on and elevate. That's all I'm saying, guys. I don't care who it is. But Caleb Eggplant is a perfect example. This guy, that's why he can't sell worth shit. That's why his biggest fight purse was $750,000. Now let's move on. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on. Let's move on. Where am I going at with this? We don't talk about Anthony Joshua and why I think Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn gives a perfect blueprint of what I think fighters could learn from. I think other fighters can really and I think that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua, are pretty much good. It's great for the sport of boxing. Not because I like Anthony Joshua that much or because I like Eddie Hearn that much, but I'm saying the example that they are setting from a fighter and promotion and promoter working business relationship. I'm only talking about business. That's it. If you study that blueprint, you can get the kind of money, get the kind of exposure that you need. Now, Joshua don't do a lot of interviews on social media. I get it. A lot of these fighters don't because they can't handle the heat in the kitchen. They can't handle people in the chat. Oh man, these people in the chat talk about me. They talking about me. Let me go ahead and type something back in all caps. Man, I'm stay off this stuff. They hurting my feelings. These guys are very sensitive. Like they're not like me. They're not like someone like me. I take the heat. I like the criticism. It doesn't matter to me. Hell, I have people come on this show that don't even agree with me. And I sit back and I reserve myself and I don't get emotionally charged or anything. I sit back and let people have their opinion and say what they have to say because that's how it's supposed to be. Just because someone doesn't agree with you doesn't mean that, you got to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I try to understand the perspective that the person is talking to me is coming from. Okay, if he's a diehard Wilder fan, I automatically know what he's going to say before he even says it. If he's a fanatical fan of Wilder, I know what he's going to say before he even says it. So that's nothing that he can say to me that's going to get me upset. Or when I say something, I know what kind of response is going to get when I say this. And I know how to defend what they're going to say because they say the same thing. Same thing for Tyson Fury fans. And even the fanboys, the fanaticals. I know what they're going to say before they even say it. Because when you study the reputation, the character, the energy that certain groups and fan bases bring to the table, you automatically know what's going to happen when you step in that arena. So when you step in the arena, you can't get mad when things, when the people say things that you already know what they're going to say. That's why I don't get upset. I used to in the beginning when I first started this, but now I don't do that no more. Remember in the beginning, I used to say, oh man, if you don't like it, you can leave, yada, 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 yada. I don't do that no more. I was wrong. I'm going to tell you why I was wrong for that. Because if they took the time out of their day to come watch your podcast, apparently it's something about you that they like or dislike. And if they dislike you, they're there to watch you just to dislike you. They are contributing, whether they like you or don't like you. So what I've learned, guys, is not to be so goddamn emotional. What I've learned, guys, is not to take things so personal. And this is what these fighters can learn. This is what these fighters can learn, right? Now, we do have some toxic YouTube channels out there. They're very toxic. If I look at as a matter of fact, let's do this, guys. Let's do this before we move on from Anthony Joshua. Because we're fixing to move on from Anthony Joshua, and we're fixing to go somewhere else with this. But let's move on to this here, guys. I want to see something. Let's move on. I want to see something. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I did a poll. And I even had a guy get mad at me about the poll. Oh, why you accessing the poll? I did the goddamn poll because yesterday when I went live and I talked about who had the most toxic fan base, in the sport of boxing, the guy got mad. You know what I mean? He got mad. Oh, why you ain't put somebody else on? Let me share this with you guys. I didn't do this. This is a random poll. Let me let you guys see this. Do you guys want to see the results of the poll? Just yes or no? What do you say? Arlette said Eddie Hearn is great for boxing. Yes, Arlette, I agree. Arsenal Manny, what you say? Too many emotional, even about polls. Man, listen, man, bruh. Oh man, let me look at. Let's read some of the comments too. We're gonna read the comments too. This is my first time doing this, guys. So please, let's look at the results of the poll. Guys. Let me share this with you guys. Add to the stream. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go right here. Poll. Which fighter has the most fanatical, delusional, and craziest fan base in boxing today? As you know, this was the topic yesterday, right? And the guy said that Tyson Fury fans say, yeah, man, I would come on, but I don't feel like arguing with no one on the panel. Just do a poll. Okay, here go a poll right here. And as a matter of fact, let me see, can I share this poll? See, can I share it? Anyways, which fighter has the most fanatical, delusional, and craziest fan base in boxing? 411 votes have came in so far. I just dropped this morning. 411 votes came in so far. 81% said Deontay Wilder fans. Deontay Wilder has the most fanatical, delusional, and craziest fan base in boxing today. I didn't say this. This ain't no cap. This ain't no shade. This is me asking a general question. 9% said it was Tyson Fury. Errol Spence was number 3. Canelo was 5%. Manny Pacquiao 2%. Now, if you'd have asked this years ago, let me go ahead and like my stuff. You'd have asked this years ago, they probably would have said Manny Pacquiao, more than likely. Freddie Jones said that it's not even close. The reason being any Wilder fan with a brain ditched him years ago for constantly lying and ducking. This is what this guy is saying. I didn't make this up. So I don't want no Wilder fanatics coming at me. Oh man, you think you slick. Did what you did. No, I asked a simple question, did a poll, and the results have came back. Whether you agree with it or not is irrelevant, right? The fact is, this is what the people who have participated in the poll, this is what they've done. 411 votes came in. Out of 411 votes thus far, 81% said that, when I asked the question, which fighter has the most fanatical, delusional, and craziest fan base today, 81% of the 411 people said Wilder. This is what they said, right? And I have an idea why. Music, what's his name? Munchie Ray said that Ed Wade, Spike Water, Mark Breland, Undercover Crunk, Jim Associate, Ring Walk Outfit, COVID-19, Deontay Wilder has the craziest fans for sure. This is the poll, right? Giovanni says that they deny and work around reality itself in order to come to the conclusion. So it's definitely Wilder's group. This is what these people are saying. I don't know these people, right? Graham Taylor, Mueller 27, Carlos Mendoza. You're right and I'm wrong. This guy says should have asked which fighter fan base was second because while the rest are the undisputed delusional fan base. This is what this guy says. No competition. Wilder wins hands down. We see Halim on here. We see Eric Diaz. Wilder and Spence fans for sure. This guy says Spence fans. G Martinez has to be Wilder fans. Right? Beyonce Wilder. That's what this guy said here. The other opinions are dumb. Should have just had a discussion on Wilder. Taylor, we had a discussion yesterday. It wasn't on Wilder. We talked about several fighters. So this person didn't like the poll. They said it was dumb, right? But they took the time out to leave a discussion. I'll reply back to him and say, thanks for your input. I don't take this stuff personal, right? Because there's really nothing. Thanks for the input. No, I don't take this stuff personal. But I'm just saying, this is from the poll yesterday, right? This is why I dropped this poll this morning. This person here, Rider of the Storm, said, I was wrong to say Wilder, but after listening to Lady Shan this morning, I think it's AJ fans. So this person here says, maybe we won't let you take something you don't deserve. Delusional. Who's running? Bomb Squad. Just get Fury to the ring. Wow. Error the liar, easy route Spence. That's what this guy said. So this is the results of the poll. 81%. I didn't say this. This is the poll. This is the poll. Right? So whether you agree with it or not is irrelevant. Whether I agree with it or not is irrelevant. But this is the poll. Right? So now, let's move on from this. Let's talk about Caleb MF eggplant. Now, sources say Mike Coppinger. You know how I feel about this guy. This guy is always lying all the goddamn time. But after saying that, he did. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna put this in its proper context too. Let's put this in its proper context. Let's put this in its proper context. Let's put this in its proper context, guys, because I want you guys to see this. So this guy said, I think 49 minutes ago, he said Canelo Alvarez was set to earn more than $40 million guarantee, upwards of $10 million for Caleb Plant. Career high paydays for both fighters. We'll see if they can quickly circle back and circle back to a deal that was nearly completed. What does that mean by that? Right here, let's click on it. Sources. Talks between Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Eggplant have broken off at the 11th hour over disagreements in the contracts. Discussions could be revisited, but for now, the fight appears dead after a deal was on the verge of completion. This is ESPN.com. So let's, I can go ahead and read this article. It said Canelo Alvarez's longtime goal is becoming an undisputed champion, boxing champion, is further from reality than ever before, since he won his third 168-pound title in May. Belt. Boxing top star was on the verge of a deal with Caleb Eggplant for September the 18th in Las Vegas, Nevada, a PBC Fox pay-per-view show, right? A pact that was in the works for weeks. But at the 11th hour, talks have broken off over disagreements in the contract. Multiple sources told ESPN on Tuesday the contract was passed back and forth between Canelo's team and Al Haymon's PBC team over the weekend. Sources said, and after multiple edit requests, the deal collapsed over the stalemate. So apparently there was something that they could not come to an agreement on, and the deal collapsed. Remember what I told you guys? I have the receipts. I said, you know what? Karma Serene. Karma, you can bear me witness on this, sis. I think you remember. Do you know what? I said that, man, if Uncle Al allows Caleb Eggplant to sign that contract, I said I doubt if this fight happens. I said I doubt if Uncle Al will allow that to happen. Oh, I had the receipts when I said it. This is about 3 weeks, a month ago, something like that. I remember when I said it. I have the video. I'm going to drop. Right? And guess what? Lo and behold, check this out. Listen. Hey, Karn, check this out, Karn. This is going to be Caleb's Eggplant biggest payday. I had my brother Ness today on the Boxing Voice say that, yeah, man, you know, Al Heyman just advises people, but these fighters, they do what they want to do. They don't have to take the advice on Al Heyman if they don't want to. Well, I tell you what, explain this to me. He said something of that sort. I could be misquoting him, but explain this to me. You have a fighter who has a net worth of $1.5 million in Caleb Eggplant. He still lives in that double wide trailer that he grew up in Tennessee. Of course, I am being facetious, but you get my point. His highest payday has been $750,000. That has been his highest payday, and he is a champion. He had an opportunity to make anywhere up to $10 million for a fight. That's more than 10 times he's ever been paid in his life for any goddamn thing. Someone is going to have to explain to me, how am I as a fighter, Caleb Eggplant, Mr. Color Me Bad, the fake Mr. Robin Slick, the fake Justin Timberfake. Someone is going to have to explain to me, how am I in a position to make the most money that I've ever made in my life, and the contract falls through? Not based on me, but based on my advisor. I don't have to listen to my advisor. You advising me to turn this contract down? Yeah. You saying that I should walk away? Yeah. You saying that you want to use me as a political football or pawn in order to get Canelo to come over here on the Fight on Your Network for 3 fights? Yeah. Well, at the same time, it's going to stop me from making the highest payday that I ever made in my life? Yeah. Nah, I got to turn down your advice. I got to turn down your advice. So, here we go. If you are a pro PBC fan, you might want to turn away from this show. If you are a pro call Al fan, you might want to turn away from the show. If you are going to get overly sensitive about what I am fixing to say because you are so in love with the PBC, you might want to turn away from the show. If I offend you by what I am fixing to say, you might want to turn away from the show. This is not for you. This is not for beta males, what I'm fixing to say. I get it. Al Heyman is the greatest of all time. We love Al Heyman. We worship him. Even though Al Heyman don't talk, you don't see him, but he has more soldiers capping for an invisible man who you don't see than anybody. Al Heyman is not asking you pro PBC fans to cap for him. He's not asking you to cap for him. So no one is perfect. If the shit, if it walks like a duck, sounds like a duck, it's a duck. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care how you dice it. Caleb Eggplant is ducking Canelo Alvarez. I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this. I am saying this because there's no way in the hell that you're going to tell me that this guy is my advisor. He is my advisor. He's not my boss, because remember, everybody from the PBC, they own boss, right? Everybody from the PBC, they own boss. That's what they say. Everybody from the PBC, they can do whatever it is they want to do. To this day. That's what they say. Everybody from the PBC, shit, they making millions and they get hundreds of millions of dollars and tens and 20s millions of dollars under the table that the IRS don't even know about. That's what they say. To this day. I've been hearing all this pro PBC shit. So explain to me, Mr. Pro PBC fight fans, explain to me how in the hell. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this. As a matter of fact, let's do this. We're going to come right back to this. We're going to come right back to this. Hold on, guys, because we're going to finish reading this. Explain this shit to me. I have, hold it. Bear with me one moment. Bear with me one moment, guys. Bear with me one moment. You're gonna have to break this shit down for me today. You're gonna have to break it down for me today. You're gonna have to break it down for me today. Oh yeah. You're gonna have to break this down for me today. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and do this. As you can see, guys, close this thing right here. As you can see, guys, this is Mr. Caleb Eggplant right here. Mr. Robin Slick, the fake Justin Timberfake, Mr. Color Me Bad, fresh out the trailer park in Tennessee, right? The man has a net worth of $3 million. He has a net worth of $3 million. Let's look at his biggest payday. Man has a net worth of $3 million. That ain't bad. That's good for someone like me and you. That ain't bad. Hold on, guys. Hold it. I'm not finished. We finna line it all up today. Today, we're going to line it all up. That's what we're going to do. We're going to line it all up today. We're going to line it all up today. Because you got some explaining to do to me. You pro PBC fans, where are you at? You got some, call Al, big fit. You got some explaining to do today. Yes, you do. You got some explaining to do today. I'm not talking about no particular fighters or nothing like that from this aspect. You got some explaining for me to do today with me, right? Let's see. Let's see. What we're gonna look up now? Let's look up. Because I got to show receipts on here, right? Because I don't want guys thinking that Caleb Plant getting paid money under the table that the IRS don't even know about. I'll give him low front end money, but he give him all kind of money on the back end. See, that's what you don't know about. Well, if it's under the table and it's on the back, if it's under the table money on the low and on the back end, how the hell you know what it is? My narrative is this, because if it was Anthony Joshua or Terrence Crawford who had an opportunity to make the biggest purse they ever made in their life, of a lifetime, to fight someone like a Manny Pacquiao or any other fighter, these same PBC fans will be saying what? Oh man, he ducking. He didn't sign the contract because he ducking. No, we're going to keep that same energy today. We are going to keep that same energy today. Yes, we are. Oh yeah. We're going to keep that same energy today. Yes, we are. Yes. Let's go right here though. Where am I going at with this? This guy, Caleb Eggplant, Mr. Color Me Bad, has a net worth of what? $3 million. Shout out to DMX. What? He has a net worth of $3 million. His biggest fight purse, guys, has been what? According to Dan Raphael, Fight Freaks United, Plant made a $750,000 purse, while Trox earned $150,000. For Plant, it's the exact same amount he made to fight Lee in July 2019. This has been his highest payday. This fight was not on pay-per-view. It wasn't a pay-per-view fight. I saw it at the pool hall. 12-round snoozer. It was a 12-round snoozer. Caleb Eggplant was showing the sweet science. He hit the guy with everything in the kitchen sink and he couldn't even knock the guy out. So, the narrative is this, guys. Where am I going at with this? Oh, yeah. Where am I going at with this? Yeah. You pro PBC fans, you're going to have to talk to me today. Call Al. Big fish. You trying to tell me that my highest purse that I've made since I've been on PBC, the most money that I've ever made since I've been with Al Heyman, I am a champion, an IBF champion. The most I ever made was $750,000 goddamn dollars. I have a net worth of $3 million. I still live in a double wide trailer that I grew up in Tennessee. This is what I'm saying. And I got offered here. We're going to go back to this. I got offered here more money than I ever got paid before, right? Canelo, playing. Canelo was offered, they say his highest fight purse, $40 million. They say Canelo was offered $40 million. So the narrative is going to be, oh man, Canelo turned down his highest payday because he ducking Caleb Plant. Nigga, please. Caleb, I'm not ducking Caleb Plant, and I'm not even a professional boxer. But let's look at this. Where am I going at with this? Where am I going at with this, guys? Hold on, let's break this down. I'm gonna tell you where I'm going at with this. Boxing top star. Canelo is the A side. You remember all that A side, B side talk? I'm the A side. I'm doing bigger, better numbers. I did, I'm pulling in more seats in Dallas, Texas. I'm the A side. So the A side controls the narrative. The A side tells the B side, whatever goes down in the contract, that's what it is, accepted. Do you remember that? Do you remember what they say about the A side? The A side is the one that tells everybody what to do, what goes on. We got to follow what the A side say. Because I'm big fish, cat, call Al. Remember that? Remember those PBC fans? Yeah, man, he the A side. So the A side, I even heard some of the Alphabet Boy channels. You know, when you the A side, the B side has to negotiate on your terms. Remember that? That's where I'm going at with this. Because Canelo Alvarez is the A side. How do I know he's the A side? Oh shit, I might well just keep going then. How do I know he's the A side? Shit, big fish, you know my motto, big bank take little bank. Big bank take little bank, right? Big bank take little bank. Oh, where am I going at with this? I'm finna tell y'all where I'm going at with this. Because this shit ain't making no sense to me. You know, all this double talking and all of this, double standard. You know what I say about these guys? If they didn't have a double standard, they wouldn't have a standard at all. Explain to me, this guy got a goddamn net worth of $140 million goddamn dollars. Canelo Alvarez, big fish. This is a goddamn killer whale, and he's only 31 years old. JC, shout out to JC for the super chat.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Oh, this guy says, undisputed alone should be enough to take the fight for Caleb Plant, SMH's legacy over money. It can't be about the money on Big Money Texas because he's getting paid more money than he's ever made. So apparently it's not about the money. It's about Al Heyman. And maybe Caleb Eggplant don't want to fight because guess what? That's the narrative because this is what the Alphabet Boy channel is going to say. Oh, man, Al Heyman offered him more money than he ever got paid. And he was so scared of Caleb Plant, he turned the contract down and ducked it. Oh, okay. Okay. So if we going to play the duck game, well, shit, how we know Caleb Eggplant ain't ducked the contract? How we know he ain't ducked the fight? Let's look at it. 140 million net worth. 3 million net worth. 140 million net worth. 3 million net worth. So this guy is clearly the A side, Canelo Alvarez. And according to the narrative, the A side has all of the negotiating power. Right? Has all of the negotiating power. Most money this nigga, sorry about that. Most money this dude ever made was $750,000. Shit, I ain't the smartest guy in the world, but I think the A side, he probably got $750,000 just in gym equipment in his gym. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and continue the reading, guys. Let's go ahead and continue the reading. So he said, but in the 11th hour, talks have broken off. In the 11th hour, the talks have broken off over disagreements in the contract. Now, if you Caleb Eggplant, what in the hell could you possibly be disagreeing with when you got a net worth of $3 million? You're fighting the cash cow of boxing. You're fighting the face of boxing. You see what I'm saying? What disagreements could you be having with the goddamn contract? Explain that shit to me. And the most money you ever made was $750,000. Please explain this to me. Clearly, it couldn't have been about money with Canelo. He got a net worth of $140 million. And according to you guys, he was being paid more money than he's ever been paid before for one fight. Or for however many fights, I don't know. So, What's going on here? Let's try to read in between the lines. Shout out to Rider of the Storm who's dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Rider of the Storm said, I'm pretty sure Canelo has a bigger net worth than all of the PBC fighters combined. Yes, he does. More than likely, he does. More than likely, Canelo has a bigger net worth than everybody on the PBC combined. One man, you got 140 fighters on the PBC, and he has a net worth bigger than all of them. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. So the narrative is going to be Canelo ducked Caleb Eggplant. Hell to the no. No, we ain't gonna play these crackhead games today. Canelo Alvarez is the A side. This is what they say now. This is what the alphabet boys say. And so, yes. This is what the alphabet boys say. And this is what they say to Crawford. Oh man, well, shit, man. You know, Crawford ain't doing no numbers. And Errol Spencer's the biggest star. He's doing that, he's done most of the heavy lifting. Okay, let's talk about this. What has Caleb Eggplant pay-per-view numbers look like? We don't even want to talk about it. Non-existent. We don't even want to talk about it. That shit non-existent. Who's done most of the heavy lifting in the super middleweight division? A division that he just moved up in. Canelo Alvarez. How do we know? Because he collected 3 belts. He does most of the heavy lifting. Who is clearly the pay-per-view star in this instance? Canelo Alvarez. Let's see. Done better numbers on pay-per-view? Canelo. Has the highest fight purse? Canelo. Cash cow of boxing? Canelo. Has a bigger net worth? Canelo. Is a bigger star in the sport of boxing? Canelo. Is the A side, B side, C side, D side, and E side against any negotiations that he does with anybody? Canelo. Come on, man. Canelo even got a bigger net worth than Al Heyman. So if he the A side, explain to me. Shout out to Mercy Grace for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Mercy Grace said, who in their right mind working on a job would say, no, I don't need to take my pay raise. I don't need to take my pay raise for no reason whatsoever. Plant needs some water. Man, the plant needs some water bad. This is what I'm telling you guys. These PBC fighters cannot do what they want to do. Al Heyman controls them. Because I had someone tell me, no, man, Al Heyman, these fighters are free to do what they want to do. Really, he just advises them, and he tells them what direction they should go, and they trust Al so much that they just say, you know what, whatever Al said, we're going to run with it. But they still able to do what they want to do. Bullshit. Tell that to somebody else, man. Tell that to somebody else. That shit'll work somewhere else. It ain't gonna work with me. You can probably tell that to somebody else on some other platform, but with me, I ain't trying to hear it. Because if it was Terrence Crawford that did this, you same PBC, pro PBC fight fans would be saying, oh man, he ducking. You're saying it now. If it was Anthony Joshua in the Deontay Wilder situation, oh man, he ducking. Wilder offered him $50 million guaranteed. He ducked that. Okay. So check this out. Since we're going to go with that narrative, Caleb Eggplant was going to make $10 million. He ducked that. Okay. Do you see what I'm saying? No, hell no. We ain't finna play these crackhead games today. Let's keep going. Let's get this super chat out the way. Shout out to Thomas Jones for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Too many fighters think that they're the A side, but if you are that beast, it doesn't matter. Get that dub. Most are all smoke, no fire. Good show, coach. Yeah, man. Thomas Jones for sure, man. Hey, that was one of my favorite running backs in football, Thomas Jones. Thomas Jones. But explain this to me, guys. Net worth of $3 million. Net worth of $140 million. $3 million. Now let's move on. We got that established already, right? It said the contract was passed back and forth between Canelo's team and Al Heyman's team of the PBC over the weekend. So Al Heyman was directly involved in this. And after multiple edit requests, the deal collapsed over the stalemate. Now, you know who the loser in this is? Caleb Eggplant. Do you want to know why he is the loser? Because he had an opportunity to make more than 10 times in this fight, more than he's ever made in his entire career. He lost out on this. As far as I'm concerned, he's a duck. He ducked out. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Because if you're going to flip it and say that other fighters duck PBC fighters, then guess what? It's your turn now. The white boy ducked Canelo Alvarez, period. The money that he was being offered wasn't big enough. He's a duck. I told you guys months ago, and I'm going to drop the video. Color Me Bad was not going to sign that contract. I told you guys months ago, I doubt if Uncle Al will allow Color Me Bad, Robin Slick, Justin Timberlake to sign that contract because he know that once he loses that belt, it's over with. They lost all of their belts in the heavyweight division. PBC don't have any heavyweight division champions. And if they lose this Caleb Eggplant belt, the IBF, to Canelo Alvarez, they're going to be assed out in the super middleweight division. Facts. So, it's a stalemate. So talks could be revisited, sources said, but time is running out. If Canelo plans to fight on Mexican Independence Day, weekend, as he traditionally does, if he moves on from the fight with Caleb Eggplant, who holds the only super middleweight title not in Alvarez's possession, another option is to return to the 175-pound division for a title tilt with Russian Dmitry Bivol. Sources say Alvarez's team has requested a rematch clause, a concession Plant and the PBC agreed to. Sources say Canelo's 2-fight deal with Matchroom with Eddie Hearn had expired following May TKO over Billy Joe Saunders. Right? So the Mexican superstar was set to make upwards of $40 million guaranteed. Sources say. That's what they say. For a fight that would have been presented in conjunction with Canelo Promotions. So Canelo says, I'm coming, my friend. My friend, I'm coming. That's what he said. But the details of the contract and all the other stuff didn't work out. So what I'm trying to figure out is this. If you Caleb Eggplant and you this close in the 11th hour of signing the damn contract to make the most money you can in your life, what in the hell happened? What in the hell happened? Fools are going to say, oh, man, Canelo, man, you know, he ducking Sweet Hands because he know Sweet Hands, boy, Sweet Hands the one. Sweet Hands a Nigga, please. Caleb Eggplant, in my opinion, and I told you guys, Uncle Al ain't going to let that shit go down anyways. In my opinion, Caleb Eggplant ducking. I guess he thought about it. He probably talked to Billy Joe Saunders. Billy Joe said, man, that motherfucker hit hard, man. He was hitting me with some body shots. And when I thought he was going to throw another body shot, you know, I had them balled up and I tried to put my head down. And I put my head down. He turned it up to an uppercut, broke my orbital bone. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know if you should get in there and do that. I don't know, man. You should get in there and do that. That's what I'm saying. I don't have any proof of that, but that's what I'm saying. So for all you pro PBC fight fans out there, your boy turned down $10 million. Your boy had an opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez for the biggest payday in his career. At that point in time, I would tell Al Heyman, Al, listen, man, I need this fight, dog. I'm broke. I ain't got but $3 million. You ain't paying me no money. I'm only making $750,000. That's the biggest payday I've ever received. Once IRS get a hold of that, that's going to take damn near half of it. That's going to leave me about $400,000. Then I got to pay my trainer. Then I got to pay my manager. Well, I got to pay my trainer. Then I got to pay you because you my manager and my advisor. So I got to pay a management fee with you and an advisory fee with you. So with the money you paying me, by the time I walk away from the table, I ain't really got nothing left. I need this fight, dog. Dog, I need this fight. And if Caleb Eggplant was not doing that, he ducked. He ducked. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. He ducked. Caleb Eggplant, a PBC fighter, is a ducker. Period. Shout out to Big Money Texas for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. Woo! I love stealing that from Blue.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Big Money Texas say Canelo opened up 200 gas stations in Mexico. Meanwhile, Al Heyman opened up Caleb Plant's cheeks and screwed him out of a fight. Oh my God. Man, you just hit the nail right on the head. Egg Shake Forum said the Alphabet Boys already saying Canelo ducking. Oh my, I can't make this up. I haven't even seen anything. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. I didn't even know that. If that's what they're saying, I didn't even know that. I can't make this up. Peter Von Ark say, sources say ESPN is blowing smoke up our asses. Might be. Might be. Salt 9 say, Blue Blood Jr. over here. Hey, man. No, Satan 9. Yeah, I took that from him, ganked him. I'm like Debo. You see what I'm saying? You know, tuck your chain when I come over here. You made it a hot line. I made it a hot song. Took that. Shout out to the brother. Took that. And if I see something else I like, I'm gonna take that too.
Now who sent you, nigga? Shut up! Hey, yo, man. No, I know you just now. You was right though. Yeah, I'm just messing with you, brother. Yeah, I took that from him though. You know what I mean?
To this day.
And if I see something else I like,
To this day.
I'm gonna take it again. I think I said it better anyways. I said it with a little bit more swag. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But listen to what I'm saying though, guys. Listen to what I'm saying. The man had an opportunity, bro. The man had an opportunity. Now, the fight may get picked back up. Who knows? Who knows? But check this out. It's like, bro, like, when it comes to these big fights being made, Wilder turning down a $120 million deal from DAZN, Color Me Bad, Caleb Eggplant. Now this ain't working out. When it comes to like the big, huge, mega money fights, outside of Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao, because Errol Spence pretty much get the fights he want. Errol Spence get the fights he want. And shout out to Manny Pacquiao, the living legend. Shout out to Pacquiao, the living legend. And shout out to Errol Spence for landing that fight. These do like, it's like, bro, when it comes to like to get these big, huge money fights, somebody just got to explain to me. I don't want no fanagers, no boxing content creators. I got a good relationship with the PBC, so I know inside information. Man, the only information you know, goddamn it, is always going to be slanted towards the PBC. And you bring it as facts. I got Al Heyman number on speed dial. Yeah. Pro PBC narrative. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you do, that's what you do. Just say it. Karma, what you say, sis? He doesn't want them to have financial leverage over him. You might have a point, Karma. You might have a point, sis. Ryder on the store say, Coach, you're a fool. I'm just saying, though. Bro, listen. Hey, Karma. I got $750,000 my last fight. The fight before that, I made $750,000. The fight before that, I made less than that. I have a net worth of $3 million. I'm fighting the cash cow. I'm fighting a fighter that has the best pay-per-view numbers than I ever had in my life. He's the highest paid boxer in fighting, highest paid fighter in boxing. He is the cash cow. He's selling out football stadiums. He is the killer whale of boxing. I got an opportunity to make $10 million or maybe a little less, somewhere up in there, 10 times more than what I've ever made, Carm. And you trying to tell me I can't goddamn close the deal with Canelo? I'm gonna let an advisor tell me, yeah, man, we ain't gonna take this deal. No, check this out. Guess what? It's time for me to take my career into my own hands for this one particular fight. And I'm gonna go ahead and accept Canelo's terms in order to get the kind of money I want. You cannot advise me to turn no goddamn money down. You paid me $750,000. What in the hell can you tell me to get me to turn that down? Man, you don't know what you're talking about, coach. Al Heyman is a genius. He's this, he's that. Nigga, please, miss me with that bullshit.
Now who sent you, nigga? Shut up!
For real though. Nigga, please, miss me with that. Miss me with that. Oh man, he a genius. Man, look, dog, I got $3 million. I got an opportunity to make more than 10 times more than what I've ever been paid. Where I sign it? Where do I sign? Shout out to Charles Stevens for dropping that $2 on your boy.
Hey,
Super chat.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Eliza Feliciano says, it's not Caleb Plant's fault. He's ready to sign stat. He's ready to sign stat. I guess you meant that. It's the boxing networks and TV. Guess what? That ain't what the alphabet boy is saying, Eliza. And I get what you're saying, brother, but that ain't what they're saying. They're saying Canelo is ducking. So guess what? If Canelo is ducking, and Caleb Eggplant is ducking. That's how I see it. They're saying that, oh man, he ducking. This is proof, because he know Sweet Hands. Sweet Hands, boy. Boy, I'm telling you, boy, Sweet Hands gonna be the wonder. Sweet Hands gonna, you know what I mean? Sweet Hands. Canelo know that Al Heyman, Uncle Al offered him more money he's ever received in his life, and he turned it down because he's scared of Sweet Hands. No. If that's the goddamn narrative you're gonna push, this is the counter narrative. No, the white boy from Tennessee ducking. Yeah, I said it. His ass is ducking. And I told you months ago, I'm going to drop the link that he was going to do that. I told you months ago that I doubt that Color Me Bad signed that contract. I told you months ago that Uncle Al, I doubt if Uncle Al would allow him to sign that contract because he know, I told you after the Billy Joe Saunders fight that his ass is going to get planted. You guys know this. I said his ass is going to get planted. Period. And I said the fight ain't gonna go past what at least Billy Joe Saunders made it to the 8th round. And I said Caleb Eggplant, Canelo gonna get him out of there less than 8. I had the receipts. So if you're gonna push a narrative that Canelo is scared of Color Me Bad and he's ducking, my narrative is, no, the white boy from Tennessee is scared he's ducking. He don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke. So let me ask you a question. Eliza said that Al Heyman can throw as many zeros he wants at Canelo. Canelo's not budging. He is loyal to Eddie Hearn and DAZN. What about Color Me Bad though? What about Color Me Bad? If it was Anthony Joshua, Triple A, Double A decided to hit the nail right on the head. If it was Anthony Joshua or Crawford, they would say the same thing. So the same can be said about Caleb Plant. That's my point. You notice how when the narrative doesn't, when the shoe's on the other foot, the narrative changes. Man, Crawford got offered. He won't even take 40%. He ducking. Oh man, AJ turned down the guaranteed $50 million. He ducking. Oh man, Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant had an opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez for the most he's ever been paid in his life, but he not ducking. Matter of fact, it's the reverse. Canelo ducking. Always one-sided with them guys. I noticed that. That's for you pro PBC fighters. Call Al. I know y'all love Al Heyman. I don't give a fuck about Al Heyman. Yeah, I said that. I don't give a flying fuck about no Al Heyman. I don't give a damn about no PBC as a company, record company, or a crew. I don't give a damn about no Top Rank. I don't give a damn about Bob Arum. I don't give a damn about Matchroom. I don't give a damn about no promoter or no promotional company. I
have no loyalty to promoters or promotional companies. I come up in an era to where fans did not love promotional companies. They didn't care nothing about promotional companies. You know what? The era I came up in, we just want to see the goddamn fights. That's where our era I came up in. Now, this is not a knock on any promotional company, but I'm saying I love the sport of boxing more than I love a promoter. If I like promotional companies, it's going to be based upon that promotional company being able to produce the fights that I want to see. So if it was one out there that I like more than all of them, sometimes it'll be more Matchroom. I like Matchroom. Sometimes I like Bob Arum, Top Rank, when we're getting the fights at the lightweight division. Sometimes I like a PBC because we're getting, Errol Spence is getting the fights. But am I in love with them? Hell to the no. I don't have no loyalty to Al Heyman or the PBC. I have no loyalty to Eddie Hearn or Matchroom. I have no loyalty to old ass Bob Arum or Top Rank. I have loyalty to the sport of boxing, and what makes the sport of boxing go around is champions and fighters fighting each other. If you are a promotional company and there's a fight that I want to see, and you ain't, and y'all so-called in negotiations, and y'all can't make that shit work out, the hell with you. I don't want to hear no goddamn excuses as a fight fan. I want to see the goddamn fights. Give me the fights. You're not going to push a narrative that, yo, man, because you're running interference for Uncle Al. And so Uncle Al is an angel. He's perfect. Everybody else is devils, and he's an angel. Nah. White Allen Reed, shout out to White Allen Reed, the financial backers of the PBC. Oh, I know to drop the receipts on that. The 9 white people who run White Allen Reed. Yeah. Blow that whole narrative up. But anyways, I say all that to say this. I just want to see the damn fights. I barely know, I never seen people cap so much for a de facto promoter. Because that's what the hell he is. De facto promoter. Yeah, he found the loophole in the Muhammad Ali Act. He found the loophole in it. But he's in my eyes, he's still a goddamn promoter. Because he is the one that called the shots. And his white investors is the one that called the shots on him. Yeah. I know you hate it, but I got some receipts I'm finna produce too. Not today. I got some receipts that I'm going to pull too. Yeah. Oh, y'all gonna like this show when I drop these receipts on this. Y'all gonna like this show when I drop these receipts on this. So in my eyes, Color Me Bad is ducking. Color Me Bad is ducking, guys. Color Me Bad is ducking. Yes, he is. He'd rather stay in that double wide trailer he still live in. It ain't no way in the hell my advisor is going to talk me out of making $10 million. Unless this fighter has no control over his career. And if he has no control over his career, guys, guess what? Then it's proof of what I've been saying. The PBC fighters are not their own boss. They have to do what Uncle Al tell them to do. I.e., call Al, big, cat.
To this day.
They got to call Uncle Al. No PBC fighter can do what they want to do. If they could, explain to me how in the hell I'm not signing a contract to make more money than what I ever made in my life. To fight the cash cow of boxing.
To this day.
Huggy Bear, what's going on, fam? Can't blame Bob for this one. No, you can't blame Bob. You can't blame Bob for this one, Huggy. Huggy, you can't blame Bob for this one, player. Can't blame Bob. Hold on, Eliza Feliciano, what you say, fam? You say Plant has a contract with Al Heyman, so he really has no say-so. That's my point. That's my point, Eliza. So you're backing up what I'm saying. When fighters on the PBC say that they are their own boss, they can do what they want to do, according to what you just said, that's a goddamn lie. I was watching the Porterway podcast when he was talking about him and we're going to go to that next. He was talking about him and Terrence Crawford.
To this day.
And he said that he wished that he went about it differently, but he has other people that he has to answer to that's above him, and he kind of jumped the gun on the way he wanted to go about trying to make that Terrence Crawford fight. He said, I have other people that I have to listen to. He didn't say I have other people that I choose to listen to. He says he has other people that he has to listen to, meaning he doesn't have a choice because that person that he has to listen to is in a position of power. And that person who is in a position of power dictates what Sean Porter can and can't do. This is what's going on with the PBC. So when you hear them say, call Al, they cannot do what they want to do. They are not in the position of power. Al Heyman is in the position of power, and he dictates from Deontay Wilder. Wilder got to do what the hell he's told to do. Caleb Eggplant has to do whatever the hell he's told to do. Listen. I know this is going to hurt your feelings, pro PBC fight fans. You pro PBC fanatics, I know this is going to hurt your feelings. You pro PBC YouTube channels, I know this is going to hurt your feelings. I don't know if Al is giving you guys a check, the cap for him. I doubt it. I understand that you guys have to toe the line in unison because when you watch your channels, you all say the same shit. I get it. Guess what? Coach Malachi Williams, the new media today, USA, is not going for it. I don't want to hear it. We're going to go down yonder. We are going to go down yonder and we're going to look on these YouTube streets and see what the hell is going on. I would not fall in line with the narrative. So guess what? I ain't falling in line. Most fighters, damn near all of them, if they're not a free agent, they're going to have to do what their promoters tell them to do. If Al Heyman is not a promoter, he's just an advisor. He's the manager. Why in the hell do these fighters can't do what they want to do? So I ain't trying to hear all that shit, man. Not me. You can tell somebody else that, but you can talk till your lips fall off. I ain't buying it. The white boy ducking Canelo. Color me bad is ducking Canelo. He can't do what he wants to do because of Uncle Al DJs. Uncle Al DJs. Hi. If you know anything about Florida, shout out to Uncle Al, man. R.I.P. to Uncle Al. Uncle Al was a pretty well-known DJ out of Miami, Florida. So Uncle Al DJs, according to my brother Elijah Feliciano, Uncle Al controls their career, and these guys can't do what they want to do. He controls their career, and they can't do what they want to do. So that tells me what? That don't sound like no goddamn advisor to me. That don't sound like no advisor to me. That sounds like a goddamn promoter or a dictator. Or nah, man, you can't do what you want to do. You got to take my advice. Well, listen. Let me ask you guys something. If I am your advisor, that means I work for you. Listen, if Double-A Sagittarius, Halim, Karma Serene, if I am your advisor, as a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this, guys. I ain't want to have to go here. I didn't want to have to go here, but let's do this though. Let's do this. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's do this, guys. I didn't want to have to do this though. I didn't want to have to do this, right? Yeah, I didn't want to have to do this, right? Because they say he's an advisor. They say that, he shouldn't have to, the fighters, they love Al so much. They're so loyal to them because he's made them rich. And they know he's always delivered. $10 million I can make, The most money Al has ever paid me is $750,000. I got a net worth of $3 million. Okay, that's cool. I was able to get that up. Now I got a chance of making life-changing money. And I'm not allowed to sign a contract. I'm not allowed to sign a contract. You're my advisor. I don't work for you. You just advise me. It's up to me as a fighter to determine or decide whether I want to take your advice or not. It's up to me to decide whether I want to take your advice or not. It's not like if you're a promoter. Terrence Crawford is promoted by Top Rank. He cannot leave until he give until either October or I think he has one more fight left in his contract. Bob Arum has to get that man to fight, give him a fight, whether he likes it or not. He got to give him his last fight. Have to. And it has to be this year. So when you in a situation like that, your promoter pretty much controls you. Promoters pretty much own fighters. This is facts. Promoters pretty much own fighters. So if Uncle Al is not a promoter, why in the hell his fighters who he is advising cannot do what they want to do? Who in the hell is going to advise me to turn down a $120 million contract? Who in the hell is going to advise me to turn down a $10 million fight? One fight, $10 million goddamn dollars. My last two fights, I made $750,000 a piece. This fight, I'm going to make $10 million. Well, you know, when you dealing with the A side dictate the terms. You got to understand, Canelo got the bigger numbers. Let's imitate blue balls for a minute. Canelo got the bigger numbers. He's done the more pay-per-views. He's done bigger. He's in the top 20, top 10 in pay-per-view sales of all time. He has a bigger net worth. He did all of the heavy lifting. He got 3 belts. You've been over there and you sitting on that one goddamn belt. He did the heavy lifting. He's the big fish. But now he's ducking. Again, I told you guys, Canelo worth $140 million. That's big bank. Al Heyman got a net worth of about $18 million. That's a big bank too. But 140 plus 18 ain't no goddamn comparison. He ain't gonna tell shit. He don't dictate shit to Canelo. He does not dictate a goddamn thing to Canelo. You can dictate them other niggas over there in the PBC, but he don't dictate nothing to Canelo. I told you guys that. So the narrative is, oh man, Canelo ducking. I might be the only channel that's saying the opposite. No, it's probably a couple other ones that's saying the same thing. Shout out to all those other channels who not running with the narrative. I get it. They love PBC. They love Walker Al. But listen, if I got a net worth of $3 million and my biggest fight purse has been $750,000, there's no way in the hell I'm turning down $10 million. Kent says, Coach, Ness is still bomb squad to this day.
To this day.
Yes, I know that. Yeah, I know that. Troy says, Coach, he dictates to all his fighters. Yeah, he does. All I'm trying to do is just get him to admit it. Just admit it. That's all I'm saying. Just admit it. This is what it is. And if that's what it is, there's nothing wrong with that. But stop trying to make it seem like this guy's the best thing since sliced cheese, and he got a white boy sitting on the goddamn bench, got $3 million net worth. He got an opportunity to make the highest payday of his career, and contracts fall through. This man trying to get out that double wide trailer in Tennessee. You want him to stay there? And what you got to offer him? Who is he going to fight next? Caleb Eggplant ain't no goddamn draw. Nowhere. Them same dudes that's online from the Alphabet Boy channels capping for Caleb Eggplant, they don't even pay to see the white boy fight. They won't even pay to see Color Me Bad fight.
to this day.
But they just want to cap and push narratives. They just want to cap and push narratives. Color me bad, duck Canelo Alvarez. As far as I'm concerned, he's ducking him. He don't want that smoke. He do not want that smoke. Maybe his hands ain't as sweet as they say it is. Uncle Al is probably having second thoughts. Uncle Al, for whatever the goddamn reason, he won't allow Color Me Bad to sign his contracts. You want to know why? Because those PBC fighters are not their own bosses. They are lying. Any PBC fighter you said, oh man, you got a boss. You got to talk to Bob Arum. Nigga, you got a boss too. You got to talk to Al. Any PBC fighter that says you have a boss, I don't have no boss, I do what I want to do, they are lying. You want to know how I know they're lying? Because anytime there are some big money, big contracts in discussions, they do not come to pass. Now the Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao, that's an exception to the rule. And then the Wilder and Tyson Fury, that's an exception to the rule. That is a duck that went wrong. That's a cherry, not duck, that's a cherry pick that went wrong.
To this day.
We all know that Tyson Fury was cherry picked. We know that. Weighing 800 pounds, fresh off smoking crack, come off the couch, fight Wilder to a draw. Second fight, pillow fist, come back, he stop him. So we know, and now they got a trilogy coming up. So we know that was a cherry pick that went wrong. Right idea, right plan, but the wrong man. But outside of that, Caleb Airplane had an opportunity to make a massive amount of money. These guys cannot do what they want to do. That's my whole point. They can't do what they want to do. They talk about Bob. Yeah, man, these fighters under control of Bob Arum. Guess what? PBC fighters are under control of Al Heyman. Gary Russell Jr., when the last time he had a fight? When the last time Gary Russell Jr. had a fight? When the last time he had a fight? He PBC. He can't even get no fight on his own goddamn network. He on the same side of the street. Let's see what Gary Russell, when the last time he had a fight? Gary Russell had a fight, okay. He fought February 8th, 2020. It's been 17 months since Gary Russell Jr. had a fight. 17 months. It's been 17 months since Gary Russell Jr. had a fight. PBC fighter. Shout out to Nikki for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Nikki say, stay awesome. Thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you so much. Karma Serene, what you say? You say, haven't seen him since Loma. Yeah. Chris says, I reckon Heyman's backers are not too happy. Poor returns. Yeah. Yeah. So all I'm saying is, bruh, there's nobody gonna tell me to turn down $10 million for one fight when the most I've ever made or got paid is $750,000. So apparently, well, these fighters, again, I think I proved my point. Now I know that the Alphabet Boy channels and the pro PBC supporters are going to say the facts are in their goddamn face. They're going to negate facts and say, no, man, that ain't what it is. Sources say otherwise. As though they got Uncle Al on speed dial. We deep in negotiations. Nigga, you sitting in front of a camera like I am just giving your goddamn opinion. Cut it out. You ain't got no connections. You ain't got no inside sources. Uncle Al don't talk to no goddamn body. You get your information from where everybody else get the information from. Cut it out. Stop all that lying. Stop all that capping. The PBC fighters are not their own bosses. Listen. I'm gonna show you another reason why I know they're not their own bosses. They can't even make their own fights. Your own bosses, you make your own fights. Bernard Hopkins. Study Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins was a mother. Bernard Hopkins, listen, once he stopped dealing with promoters, he used to promote his own fights, negotiate his own contracts. Bernard Hopkins was that guy. Roy Jones did the same thing. But Bernard Hopkins was really that guy. Jabril Bay said, Coach, AJ and Canelo are in position to call out fighters. Ali said, I won't listen. He was bear hunting. I want Frazier. Ali got Frazier. Ali said, Rumble in the Jungle to fight Foreman goes down. To fight Foreman and the Foreman fight goes down. Yeah. Yeah, Ali had his own promotion company too, and he worked with different promoters. Yeah. So these dudes is lying. That's all I'm saying. They lying. They lying, bro. They lying. Daniel say, Coach, any new books? Yeah, I'm looking at a book right now. Let me see. Damn, I forgot where it's at. I'm looking at a book right now called actually reading it again. I forgot. Y'all got some books. I'll let you know. So that's all I'm saying, bro. Listen, Canelo Alvarez is cash cow. The man, all this shit about Canelo ducking Caleb Eggplant. I'm not ducking Caleb Eggplant. And I ain't nobody. And I'm not ducking him. Why in the hell is Canelo ducking him? Really? Like, I'm just saying. Caleb Eggplant ducking. He can't do what he wants to do because he has to listen to Al. Al Heyman controls all PBC fighters. All of them are on standby. We don't broke down how many fighters they have on their roster. Bro, if I show you the average amount of money that these PBC fighters are making over there, your jaw drop. Because according to the narrative, these guys are making buku millions of dollars over there. Bull to the shit. It's not true. It's not true. See me, I'm gonna just come with receipts. I get it. I know. Listen, trust me, guys. I know all of the pro PBC, pro Al Heyman channels out there. I know them all. Very familiar with them. Very familiar with them. I won't, and I get it. I'm very familiar with them guys. Very familiar with them. And I get it. I get it. They got to push their narrative on their platforms because they have an emotional attachment to one guy. This is another thing too, guys. This is another thing. I want to drop this before we move on to Sean Porter right quick. I want to drop this, guys. Anytime there are no constructive criticism of a person, everything is just one-sided. This guy's the best. He's the greatest. Everybody else is bad. Bob Arum is evil. Eddie Hearn is evil. Everybody else is evil. But this guy is the angel and the savior, and it's coming from, and that same message is coming from the same crew of people. That tells you every goddamn thing you need to know. That tells you every goddamn thing you need to know. This is coming from people who don't know Al Heyman personally. They don't have a personal relationship with Al Heyman. They probably never met the man before in his life because he doesn't do interviews and you really don't see him in public. But for some reason, they have their lips surgically attached to Al Heyman's ass. They say shit that Al Heyman don't even say. They just make shit up. And then when they make it up, this what get me though. This is what get me though. Hold on, guys. Hold it. No. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. That was my son. Damn, guy, I forgot what I was talking about. He said they're like a cult. If you don't agree, you're blacklisted. Yeah, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. Yeah, I don't take nothing personal. I mean, I have no problem with guys being a cult or whatever the case may be. I'm just not gonna toe the line. Not me. I'm not gonna toe the line. Come over here. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Bear with me one moment, man. Since you want some shine, just come on over here. This is my son Malachi. Come over here, Kyle. This is little Malachi right here, guys. This is why I gotta stop the show. There you go, one right there. Put this back. So now he has it in hand. All right, y'all go ahead. Close the door. Yeah, that's why I had to stop the show. My 6-year-old. He'll be 7 next month. Anyways, back to what I was saying, man. So I've lost my train of thought. My son just came in here, want me to give him a chocolate Yahoo. I could be, anyways, guys, anyways. Yeah, but these guys do a lot of capping and stuff like that. They have their lips surgically attached to Al Heyman's ass. An ass that they're not even able to see because no one knows where Al Heyman is at. Literally. I'm not gonna toe the lines. Oh, coach, sign him up, Eddie. Yeah, my son, he'll love another fighter. He ain't in the fighting. You know what I mean? So I got a child. You know what I mean? I'm trying to work with him though. He'll be 7 next month. So I'm trying to work with him. I'm not a part of the cult-like following. I'm not going to toe the line. I'm not copping no deuces. I'm not taking no pleas. I'm taking this shit straight to trial. I'm taking it to the dope. That's what we say down here in Florida. Like if you catch a case and you're going in the courtroom and the prosecutor wants you to take a plea and you don't want to take no plea, you like, man, damn that, man, I'm taking this shit to the dope. You in Florida, you know what I'm talking about. Taking it to the dope or door means you're running it. You're going to run it. Nah, y'all want to run this. Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't care what they call me. Coon, Uncle Tom, sellout, Sambo, disgracing your own race. That's fine. I'm not going to push the narrative though. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. I don't get overly emotional and all that. I'm fine. Say what you want to say, Playboy. I'm gonna be here 6 days a week from Sunday through Friday, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time from 3 to 5:30. Not gonna be tongue wrestling with you, jibber jabbering, going back and forth, because I understand your narrative. I know that it's a waste of time for me to even debate or discuss this with you because I know where you're coming from. Not only do I know where you're coming from, I know exactly your delivery and how you're gonna deliver it. I know what you're gonna say before you even say it. Because you have been consistent at saying it online for a minute. You pledge allegiance to the PBC. You pledge allegiance to Uncle Al, even though you barely know what he looked like, because Al Heyman don't even know you niggas. But that's fine. That's fine. But anyways, this is where I was going at. Yeah, okay, sorry about that, guys. I had lost my train of thought because of my son, but this is where I was going at, right? This is where I was going at. That's where I was going at. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Well, where you going at, coach? Because you pro PBC, ain't nothing wrong with that shit. I ain't mad at them brothers for being pro BBC shit. Do your thing, baby. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. Not thing. Let's see, guys. Hold on. Where am I going at with this? We got to do this. We got to do this. I got to show you this. Where's that? Hold on. I got to show you this. This it right here? I wonder is this it right here? I wonder is this it right here? Hold on, guys. Hold on. I got to show you guys this here. Because no, this ain't coming up. I gotta find it. Hold on, let's do this. My bad. Let's do this. Sorry about that, guys. Let's do this. Ta-da. I think I found it, guys. Ta-da. Oh, I ain't find it yet. Damn. Anyways, if you're pro PBC, you gotta be pro Waddell and Reed. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and find this here, man. If you're pro PBC, you gotta be pro Waddell and Reed. I don't understand the blind allegiance. You know what I mean? Well, it's because he's black. Yeah. Oh, I got some receipts I got to show y'all too. Oh, I got some receipts I got to show y'all. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What this brother said? This dude is obsessed with trashing Wilder any opportunity he has. Where am I trashing Wilder at, sir? Where am I trashing Wilder at, sir? There you go. Sir, your feelings are hurt because I'm talking about the PBC. I literally did not trash Wilder. If your feelings are hurt, sir, and there's something I said that triggered you, you might want to turn the channel. You might want to go somewhere else. You sensitive ass fanboy of Deontay Wilder. I am literally not trashing or saying anything bad about Wilder, but you fanatical fanboys get so upset. I appreciate you though. Really do. If you want me to apologize for hurting your feelings, sir, I would not do it. It's not going to happen. All I'm saying, sir, I don't know if you rode the short bus when you was going to school with the dark tinted windows, but all I am saying, sir, is that the PBC fighters cannot do what they want to do. None of them are their own bosses. Did you see the poll, sir? You must be a part of the fanatical fan base of the Twerkinator. I am literally talking about PBC fighters, and you're talking about, oh man, this dude right here, he obsessed with trashing Wilder at any opportunity he gets. Well, if you feel that way, sir, guess what? You might want to go to another channel. But I appreciate you, though. I really do. Appreciate you. But back to what I was saying. We're talking about PBC fighters. We're talking about Uncle Al not being able to do what he wants to do. I mean, other fighters not being able to do what they want to do. We're talking about how Caleb Eggplant is ducking Canelo Alvarez when he has the opportunity to make $10 million, more than 10 times more than what he's ever made in his life. Bruh, literally. So, sir, Mr. Sensitivity, Mr. Beta Male, please wipe the tears from your eyes. And if I'm hurting your feelings, guess what, sir? Why don't you go to one of those pro channels that, you know, those pro Wilder channels, and they'll make you feel good, sir. Again, I don't have a problem with anyone liking whoever. I'm just stating the facts. I'm just stating the obvious. To me. You see what I'm saying? To me, from the way I see it. You don't have to agree with it, but it is what it is. As far as I'm concerned. It is what it is. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Hold on, let's do this. Hold on. I'm over here tripping. I'm over here tripping, y'all. Hold on. I am over here tripping. I got it. Oh, I think they pulled some shenanigans on me. Hold on. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's do this, guys. I got one more thing I have to do. I have one more thing I have to do. Let's do this. Let's do this. Hold on. I want to see something, guys, because you know they talk all this. They talk all this other stuff, man. That the shit ain't making no goddamn sense. The shit ain't adding up to me. And these other guys, they know everything about every goddamn thing, but they so disingenuous and slanted and biased that you can't take anything they say seriously. There's no constructive thoughts or criticisms when it comes to them. It's all slanted one way. Everybody else bad, this group over here good. Of course, because that's the side of the fence you on. But I feel bad for Caleb Eggplant. He's still gonna be living in that double wide trailer in Tennessee. Hopefully, I found it right here. As a matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do. I didn't want to ether this shit today. But guess what? I might just go ahead and do this. This guy who showed up today, who's saying that I am trashing Wilder, he's probably when they say which fighter has the most fanatical, delusional, and craziest fan base in boxing, he is one of these guys, the fanatical, delusional, and craziest. He falls in this category right here. V9. He falls in this category. I appreciate your sub, brother, but you fall in this category right here. Not gonna apologize. This is a category you fall in. Literally. But let's do this though. Cause I'm gonna get off of this. I'm gonna hit Sean Porter right quick. That's gonna be real quick. We're gonna hit Sean Porter right quick. Sean Porter, Porterway Podcast. I think I proved my point with this Al Heyman shit. With this PBC shit. I got something in the cut though. I got something in the cut I'm waiting on that when the kitchen get hot, I got a pile of goddamn receipts all from that side of the fence. I got a pile of receipts. See, what I've done, guys, is I've taken all of the narratives that all of these pro-PBC pushing channels put together, and I have them all, like on a bulletin board, to prove my point. And I'm waiting to drop that. I'm pretty sure when I drop that shit gonna go platinum. Right? So now, it is what it is. I ain't got no problem with it. Bless their soul, bless them. You know, as some old ladies from the South say, oh, bless him, bless his soul. Oh, poor baby, bless him, just bless him. Bless him. Ta-ta, I know, bless him. I know you're a fanboy of them. Bless him. Yeah, I know. Ta-ta, it's okay. Just come out and just say it. That's all I'm saying. Just admit it. There ain't nothing wrong with this shit. I was a fanboy of Mike Tyson. I was a fanboy of Marvin Hagler, Roy Jones, Pernell Whitaker. Shit, I admit that. Just come on out and say it. This is the anti-fanboy channel. I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying. So, you know, it is what it is. But as a matter of fact, let's do this. Oh, I got the videos right here. Hold on. I got the videos right here. Let me see. Which one am I looking for? Oh, where's that? There you go. Hold on. See, they call this video ether.
All stars, start your engines. I made the best drag queen.
They call this video ether. See this video right here, guys. Let me go ahead and share this here. Do you remember this one? Right here? Ether. Like when Nas dropped Ether on Jay-Z. Do you remember this one? Pro PBC? Okay. Nothing wrong with that. What they say goes. Remember this? Guess what? Oh, I'm not finished. Let's see what they look like. Oh, Wakanda forever. Mr. Philip J. Saunders is the Chief Executive Officer. He is the CEO. Says right here, CEO of Water and Reed, Philip J. Saunders, right? Sanders. Guess what? Al Heyman got some connections, boy. Who is this right here? Exhibit A. This is the financial backers, the hedge fund company that financially backed the PBC. I did a whole exhibit on this. This is the real people behind the PBC. The people who put the money up. The fighters got to call Al. But Al got to call Sanders. Call Waddell and Reed. Always some powerful white men behind every most rich, successful blacks in America. When you pull back the layers of the onion, it's funny how that works on. So these quote unquote pro-black narratives, Wakanda forever narratives, is some bullshit. It's some bullshit. You know, guys, ain't nobody been a bigger racist than, I ain't gonna say bigger racist, but I was in the top 10 when I was in Nation of Islam and all that stuff there. But not to bring up racism and nothing like that, but I'm just saying. So I get the narratives. I was a Marxist. Hated white people, but I studied Marxism from Karl Marx, which is a racist white guy who hated black people. But that's neither here nor there. Got all this book. I got all my books right there. A lot of my Marxism books, hate whitey books. Then I got a lot of financial books. Like, I got all this shit. You know why I say this stuff? I keep receipts because I am the narrative destroyer. I am the narrative destroyer. I take your strongest argument, your strongest narrative, and say, okay, this guy's saying it. That guy's saying the same thing you're saying. That guy's saying the same thing you two are saying. That guy's saying the same thing you three are saying. And then next thing you know, when you find a whole bunch of people that's saying the same goddamn thing, that means they are on code. They pushing the same bullshit down our throats. For whatever reason may be, whether it's political, some kind of, maybe they're trying to get interviews. I don't know what it is. They pushing the same narrative, and there's nothing wrong with that if that's what they're going to do. I ain't got no problem with that. If that's what you want to do. Hold on. What's going on? Jamel Taylor, what you say, fam? I love Wilder. He's a bad man and the most power in a single shot in the sports history. Okay, that's cool. What the brother say? The brother say, hold on. Daniel, what you say, fam? Caleb has ducked Nello 3 times now. Listen, remember what I say, guys. If these guys did not have a double standard, they would not have a standard at all. In their world, everybody else is wrong and they are right. Even when they are lying. Even when it's obvious that they are lying. And I get it. I understand. I get it. But you're not going to piss on my leg and tell me it's raining outside. You're not going to give me dog shit and say, oh, that's a chocolate Snickers bar. Nah, not me. You probably can do it to some of them other low IQ followers that you have, but it ain't going to happen here. Ain't no shade. But I feel bad for Caleb Eggplant. Johnny Blaze said the white investors to Wakanda PBC. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having white investors. Uncle Al had to go to somebody in order to get his company off the ground. There's nothing wrong with that. But what you're not going to do is tell me that we're part of some pro-black movement that's bigger than boxing. When these guys, as a matter of fact, let's ease on down the road one time. Let's go ease on down the road. Hold on.
It's his fight cards.
Hold on. Let's do this.
And anybody who don't ride with the PBC, and you ride with the white folks and all this stuff there, you're Uncle Tom, a sellout, you're a coon, and we're going to pull up on you. Shout out to Carlos Diaz for dropping that quarter of a dub on your boy. He said that,
Super chat.
Oh, I was cooking on this video.
He said, I just stumbled on this boxing channel. Salute, loving the channel already. Yes, sir. I really appreciate the fact that you are new to the channel, Carla.
Check this out.
That's what you're going to learn today.
What did I say right here?
Going at with this. Where are you going at with this? DIS.
July 14th, I dropped this video.
Told you I'm going to teach y'all to be bilingual today. You got to know how to speak English and you got to know how to speak country. English and country. That's what you're going to learn today. Know what I'm talking about? But anyways, where am I going at with this? Because the narrative is PBC is a black company. It was started by a black man. And that, you know, we don't rock with them evil white folks, the racist alphabet boy community. Them niggas is racist. Reverse racist. Yeah. You said I was a coon, right? You said I was an Uncle Tom, right? You said I was a sellout, right? You said I was a disgrace to my race. Oh, you really gonna hate me today?
As you can see in this video, I can give two fucks about what anybody say about me. As you can see in this video, by me saying what they call me, I can give two whats about what they say about me. Man, I have thick skin. I have very thick skin. I can go on anybody's platform. They can say what they want to say, and they won't even get a budge out of me. Do you want to know why? Because I expect it. I said when I started this channel, I wanted all the smoke, so I expect all the smoke. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. Trust me, I can handle it. But guess what? All it's going to do is make me come back and drop that Nas track, Ether. I'm going to ether their ass. I am going to ether their ass. Trust me. When I finish with them, it's going to be like barbecuing on the 4th of July. Not even playing with them. I take all the insults. I take all the death threats. I take all of that. Because guess what? All it's going to make me do is go back in the studio. I'm going to go back in the studio and drop that ether track.
Yes, you are. You are really going to hate me today. When I finish with this presentation, I promise you, you will probably never like me again in life. But that's okay.
I'm going to drop this video right here.
So now, there's a company, a hedge fund, that Al Heyman put together from a company called, and let me share this, from a company called a Kansas investment firm called Waddle and Reed. And they committed an estimated $425 million to $525 million to Al Heyman's ventures. A figure confirmed by 3 officials connected to Al Heyman's firm, Premier Boxing Channel.
So,
where am I going at with this?
Where am I going at with this? Do you remember that, guys? Do you remember this ether track that I dropped July 14, 2021? Where am I going at with this? Because I blow the goddamn narrative up. The narrative was we got to kiss Al Heyman's ass, serve and worship the PBC because they represent that, you know, we fighting the system, the white man, you know, the pro-black, and Eddie Hearn and everybody else is evil. No. You niggas don't get to push the narrative that Al Heyman is not pushing. I dropped this diss track July 14, 2021. Went in the studio, cooked it up right quick, dropped the whole album on this shit. It went triple platinum. Triple platinum, it went. Tune said, back at it again, coach. New narrative, AJ ducking Wilder for Fury win. Lose or draw. These boys got too much stock in Wilder. Shout out to my brother Tune for dropping that other dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Caleb Eggplant does not want to sign the contract. Uncle Al Heyman does not want to sign the contract. Caleb Eggplant has an opportunity to make $10 million, more than what he's ever made in his life. His biggest payday was $750,000. Now he's back at home soaking and crying in that double wide trailer that he grew up in Tennessee. Uncle Al controls the cards. But these fighters in the PBC, we do what we want to do. And Waddell and Reed, shout out to Waddell and Reed. Shout out to Waddell and Reed. Shout out to Lady Sam, please subscribe to her YouTube channel. Shout out to Major Key Boxing, please subscribe to his YouTube channel. Shout out to my brother Charlo, what's happening? And shout out to my brother Toon. And as a matter of fact, let's give everybody a round of applause. See, the alphabet boys don't like me because I'm not going to act right. I'm not going to act right, push these goddamn lying-ass narratives. Don't work that way. I'm not going to act right. Let's go.
Cool. See, I was the South. By the time you say that I was a disgrace in my own race, guess what? You are really going to hate me today when I finish. So the narrative that you guys put out there, and let me go ahead and read this one more time.
See, why am I showing this? Because there's a lot of pro PBC fighters and these narrative pushing channels. They being disingenuous. They being disingenuous when they say what their motives is for pushing the PBC. The reason why I say they're being disingenuous because they don't want to talk about the white financial advisor, the white financial hedge fund that Al Heyman, Mr. Wakanda himself, got his money from. Al Heyman ain't pushing this toxicity in the sport. It's these alphabet boy channels. And there's nothing wrong. If that's what they want to do, that's what you want to do, baby boy. It's fine. It's fine. One thing about me, I'm going to stand on my square. I am going to stand on my square, and I don't give a flying F who I offend. Not apologizing, not copping no deuces, not begging for subscribe. There ain't going to be none of that. And it's fine. It is fine. But guess what? I got some more stuff. Oh, I got some ether. I got ether part 2, the remix. This is nothing. This is nothing right here.
Al Heyman started a hedge fund. He got together with some investors from a firm called Waddle and Reed. And Waddle and Reed, the firm, committed an estimated $425 million to $525 million.
Let's move it on.
And we got to support all the black fighters because these white general contractors, the Officers True Titans, Fag Nuns, Boxing Nemo, Dante's Race Baiting Nation.
This me calling them all out. I don't fuck off.
Blue Ball Sports TV. All of these alphabet boy, the chitlin circuit is what I call them. Hog mog and chitlin ass niggas. They say that Al Heyman is the black messiah and he is the black man we got to get behind and we got to support all the black fighters because these whiteys are evil. And the black men, we got to ride with them because he's for the blacks. And he's trying to put money in the black man's pocket. Okay? That's what y'all said, right?
Yeah, that's their narrative. I don't blow this shit up, though. I'm not trying to relitigate what already destroyed. Because right now, it's like beating a dead horse at this point. But for those who new to the channel and don't know who Waddle and Reed is, Waddell and Reed is, let's move it on down. He's on down the road. Let's go on down here. Let's go down yonder. Let's go down yonder. Let's go ahead and do this here. Let's do this. Ta-da.
Raise $425 million to $525 million. Now, look, guess what? Oh, I'm not finished. Let's see what they look like.
Oh, let's see what they look like.
Oh, Wakanda forever. Mr. Philip J. Saunders is the Chief Executive Officer. He is the CEO. Says right.
So for all you
CEO of Waddle and Reed, Philip J. Saunders, right? Guess what? Al Heyman got some connections, boy.
So for all you PBC ass kissers, just know that when you kissing ass to fight the evil white man, just know that you're kissing Mr. Philip J. Sanders' ass as well. Caleb Eggplant, sir, please try to find a way to get that contract signed, sir, because I know that you are tired of living in that double wide trailer that you live in Tennessee. Yeah, I know that you're tired. So I'm not gonna relitigate this anymore. I got some more stuff in the cut though. Saving it. I'm saving it. I'm saving. I got some stuff, bro. When I drop this shit down, when I break it down to the flow, it's gonna be like goddamn. So I listen. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like shit. If I was them, I'd hate me too. It's supposed to hate me. I ain't mad at them. Shit, they supposed to hate me. You know what I mean? Hey, but it is what it is, though. It is what it is. It is. Now let's move on right quick before we wrap this show up. Let's talk about Mr. Sean Porter. We did the poll right there. We talked about Caleb Eggplant. This right here, this ether right here, though. This ether right here. So anytime they go to talking about, you know, the PBC and this and that, tell them what about Waddell and Reed? Tell about what about Waddell and Reed? Who is Waddell and Reed? Do you know who that is? If they say, nah, we don't know who that is, you ain't got to talk to them. Hashtag right here. Big Fid, Cap, call Al. Al, who you got to call? I got to call Mr. Philip J. Sanders. What does he look like, Al? Is he Wakanda? No, he white. What? Oh, okay.
To this day.
Who you got to call, Al? Waddell and Reed.
To this day.
Okay. So, Mr. Caleb Eggplant.
Now who sent you, nigga? Shut up!
This is what Canelo said.
Now who sent you, nigga? Shut up!
You came here with that Boudadine ass contract. I told you what I wanted. And now you guys, because talks have broke down, you trying to flip the narrative. And Canelo was working directly with Uncle Al. Now you guys now the Alphabet Boy channels want to flip the narrative and say, oh, Canelo ducking Caleb Eggplant. I'm not ducking Caleb Eggplant, and I ain't nobody. Canelo is a killer in the ring. Why in the hell would he be ducking this goddamn punk ass Color Me Bad from Tennessee? They trying to hold on to that belt, boy. Ain't nothing wrong with that though. But the white boy ducking. Far as I'm concerned, he's a duck. Quack, quack. Quack, quack. He's a duck. He ducked Benavidez. Now he's ducking Canelo. He specializes in ducking. They need to change Caleb Eggplant's name from Sweet Hands to Sweet Duck. Because he good at ducking. He'd rather fight for $750,000 than have a fight for $10 million. Not only is he a duck, but he's a dumbass white boy. Listening to Uncle Al. If Uncle Al works for you and he's your advisor, that means he works for you. He don't tell you what to do. He advises you, but at the end of the day, it's your decision to whether you want to go against his advice or go with what he's saying. So if we go by the narrative that the PBC fighters are their own bosses, if we're going to go by that narrative, and that's fine. That's fine. If we're going to go by that narrative, that the Alphabet Boy channels are their own, not Alphabet Boy channels, but the PBC are their own bosses. Sorry about that, guys. If we're going to go by that narrative, then that means that if contract negotiations break down and Color Me Bad walk away from the contract, or what, if we're going to go by that narrative, then that means he ducked. He either ducked or he's a goddamn fool. And as far as I'm concerned, he ducked. As a matter of fact, I should drop a video that say Caleb Eggplant ducked Canelo Alvarez. That's what I should do. Caleb Eggplant ducked Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that sounds about right. So I'm going to get all the other content creators time to come up with something. Come up with something. Y'all go ahead and drop your stuff right there. I'm dropping Caleb Eggplant ducks Canelo Alvarez. That's what I'm pushing over here. Since y'all trying to flip it and make it seem like Canelo ducking Color Me Bad, I'm going to flip it and let you know, goddammit, Color Me Bad is ducking Canelo Alvarez. I know these militant pro-blacks ain't gonna be mad that I'm going at Caleb Eggplant. He doesn't fit the narrative, right? He doesn't fit the narrative, right? Steve in the UK, what you say, fam? Steve in the UK say, Coach, I'm my own boss. I can either go to work or not. If I choose the latter, I'll probably get fired, but it's still my choice. Sir, if you have to go to work for somebody, you are not your own boss. With all due respect. You're not your own boss if you have to go to work for somebody. If you have a job and you are working for somebody and you have an employer, and that employer dictates the terms of what goes on when you come on his job, he says, hey, I'm going to pay you a certain amount of money. You got to do A, B, C, and D. So if that's your situation, Steve in the UK, sir, you are not your own boss. What are you saying? Well, what's your point, sir? You say you're missing my point. What is your point, sir? Because I probably am missing it. I probably am missing it, Steve. Clarify for me. But all I'm saying is this. If I work for somebody, meaning I have someone that's over me, someone who writes my checks, I am not my own boss. That person who writes my check is my boss. That's all I'm saying. Hey, boss, man, listen, man, I wanna I wanna oh, sorry about that. That was a joke. Sorry about that, Steve. I guess she was being sarcastic. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. My bad, dog. My bad. My bad, dog. But you get what I'm saying, though. If I have to, I get what you're saying now, Steve. Sorry about that, brother. Sorry about that. But these are the financial backers of PBC. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say this one. I'm gonna put this on my list. Put this on my list right here. Put it right there. But I got some more stuff, guys. I got some more stuff. Oh my God. I got some more stuff, man. I'm just saving it because why am I saving this information that I have? Because I'm going to do something called the grand finale. The grand finale is when it's like the finale of all finales. It's like it's going to be so big and massive that when you drop it, it's going to be the ether of all ethers. Shout out to Mr. Sanders, though. I did some deep diving into Mr. Sanders and Al Heyman. Yeah. I did some deep diving into that. Got some really good information, too. Got some really good information. Johnny Blaze says that if you have investors, you're not a boss. Yeah and no. Yeah and no. You know what I mean? The investors pretty much dictate to you what to do. Like, okay, we seen the business plan. It makes financial sense to us. We see what we can get our return on investment. You go ahead and run that, but you still have to answer to us. Yeah, Steve, I know. Sorry about that, bro. Sorry about that. You see what I'm saying? So that's all that's going on. That's all that's going on. Now, let's move on. Let's move on because this right here, I don't want to have to relitigate this, but Johnny Blaze says Uncle Al is a supervisor. Yeah, pretty much, something like that. Pretty much. The fighters can't do what they want to do. They can't do what they want to do. I think we've already established that. They can't do what they want to do at all. Ain't no bosses over there in the PBC. Al Heyman is the boss. They'll do what they are told. Now, I'm gonna drop this link so you guys can see it. Cause I don't want to play this video because I don't want to play this video because I don't want to get a copyright strike. This is the Sean Porter. This is the Porter Way podcast. Real talk with Roller. They had Roland Romero on there. Sean Porter addresses the WBO order to fight Crawford. In this particular video, and this is how you get directly to the point. They have everything timestamped. So if you go right here to the 51-minute mark, 55-minute mark, he addresses.
So, Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford ordered, but
I don't want to get a copyright strike for this. Right? So this is Sean Porter with his crew. The show kind of boring now. I ain't gonna lie. The show kind of boring. But with his crew, and he's addressing Terrence Crawford and him getting, they're working out a fight together, which is good. Appreciate that. So I'm gonna drop that link right there so you guys can go directly to it. Because Sean Porter finally addresses it. Go to the timestamp period, and it's gonna be the 55-minute and 11-second mark. I'm gonna drop that right there. So he addresses it. You guys know my position, what side of the fence I'm on. I got Crawford. And if Sean Porter fights the way he fights 98% of the time, I got Crawford stopping him. But I like the fact that Sean Porter at least addressed it. I like Sean Porter. He's a nice guy. He's a real nice guy. God bless him. Bless his soul. Bless him. Bless him. He's a nice guy. Really like him. He's a nice guy. And what I like about it is the fact that the WBO finally stepped in. Now, guys, I'm hoping that this fight go to purse bid. I'm going to tell you why I hope it go to purse bid. Because if it goes to purse bid, Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter can probably get more money out of it. And let's hope like hell that Eddie Hearn get it if it go to purse bid. If it goes to purse bid, let's hope like hell Eddie Hearn get it. You want to know why? Because Eddie Hearn is probably going to pay these guys the most money. And we'll be able to watch it on the zone for the low. But if it goes to pay-per-view, it'll probably, I hope they sell it for like $50. I hope they sell it for like $50. You know what I mean? Because I'm just being honest with you. Us fight fans should not get robbed to play exuberant, prices for pay-per-view. But I'm gonna buy the fight anyways. I'm gonna buy it anyways. I am going to buy this fight anyways because I want to see Crawford fight this guy. PBC fighter. Sean Porter is the guy that's going to expose Crawford. Sean Porter gonna knock him out. I heard that. Sean Porter gonna stop Bud. I heard that. Sean Porter gonna be the one that give Bud that work. I heard all of that from the narrative pro PBC fight channels. But when you ask them how much money are they betting on Sean Porter, it's crickets. Now all of a sudden these niggas don't bet now. It's crickets. I shot a video saying I'm calling out all boxing content creators. I got my money on Bud. Whatever y'all want to bet. I'm doing well for myself financially with my businesses. And not only that, I was sending my money to a neutral partner on the pro alphabet boy, pro PBC narrative pushing side. I was sending my money, show it, record it. Hey man, I'm sending this money to such and such. You got to send your money. We got it on video. This what I'm betting. Cause I want to see how much they like. I ain't finna hear being their tongue wrestling. I'm not gonna be yelling and screaming. I ain't got nothing to say. Man, this is what I like them for. You want to bet? Okay, cool. There you go. Whatever. However you like it. Like Tupac said, and him and Casey and JoJo, however you want it. Don't matter to me. I'm here every day, Sunday through Friday, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Running a little bit over. Supposed to stop at 5:30, so we finna get ready to wrap this up. But that's a call out to any pro PBC, pro alphabet boy narrative pushing channels. Coach Malachi Williams want all of the smoke. If you like Sean Porter, if you're pushing this narrative, yeah, man, Sean gonna be the one to do this and do that. If you feel that way, how much do you like him for? I am betting money on Terrence Crawford, the skinny, dark-skinned kid from Omaha, Nebraska. The kid who you guys say is a duck. The kid who you guys say he ain't fought nobody. The kid who you guys say his resume sucks. The kid who you guys say, oh man, when he get in there with a PBC fighter, Sean Porter gonna be the one to stop him. Okay, I will give you all of that. What you like Sean Porter for? Wait a minute now. What it is now. Now, I ain't saying.
Now, who sent you, nigga? Shut up!
Wait a minute now. Now, I ain't saying nothing, but I was going to bet.
Now, who sent you, nigga? Shut up!
Now, I don't know about all that now. Wait a minute now. What it is.
Now, who sent you, nigga? Shut up!
See, what I'm saying, what I had meant was.
Now, who sent you, nigga? Shut up!
No, see, what I'm talking about is.
Now, who sent you, nigga? Shut up!
Man, I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Nigga, what you like him for? I'm gonna put my money where the mouth is, and I will send my money in advance to of course to someone who I trust on your side of the fence that puts that narrative. Hey man, let's put as a matter of fact, the proof that I'm gonna pay. Here you go. I'm gonna send this to you in advance. But he got to send it too. He got to send it in advance too. We got to have receipts. Have it online where we can record. Have it online where we can see it. And guess what? When this fight is made, this is what I'm betting. And I ain't got no more rap about it. Holla at your boy. I ain't hard to find. But Sean Porter, y'all please go check out the Porterway podcast. The brother seems like he's doing good for himself. I like Sean Porter. He's a very nice guy. He's one of my favorite boxers outside of the ring. Inside of the ring, I hate the nigga style. Not gonna lie. Reminds me of a running back. He reminds me of me when I played running back in the day in high school. Head first. Head first. And I know the difference between footwork and pressure and all that stuff there. I boxed for 5 years when I was a kid. So I understand all of that. Yet and still, I've seen like maybe 12 of Sean Porter's fights. Out of the 12, he switched it up maybe one or two times. But he fights pretty much the same way. Sean Porter should be the heavily favored against the skinny kid from Omaha, Nebraska, against the kid that has a weak resume, against the kid that hasn't fought anybody, against the kid that all these pro PBC narrative pushing channels, he should be the heavily favored. Guess what? You ain't gonna find one of them that's gonna bet on. You ain't gonna find one that's gonna bet on. I promise you that. But I hope I do. I hope I do, guys. Hope we find them. Hope we find them. You see what I'm saying? So now, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this show up, guys. Again, let me recap. You say Terrence Crawford hasn't fought anybody. I'll give you that. You say Terrence Crawford sucks. I'll give you that. Oh, Terrence Crawford, he's overrated. I would give you that. I would give you anything that you say, whatever your narrative is. But I have one question. How much do you like Sean Porter for? And are you willing to bet on Sean Porter? Because I got my money on Bud. Guess what? You can hear a catfish piss underwater. I'm trying to find them. I can't find them nowhere. So that's all I got to say. But the point of listen, man, bless him, God bless him. Oh, Lord, bless him. Bless him. That's what they say in the South. Bless him. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Bless him. Love Sean Porter. Really nice guy. It's kind of hard not to like this guy. This is what you call a very classy young man. He's a very classy young man, Sean Porter is. It's very hard not to like Sean Porter. Sean, I have a great deal of respect for you, sir. You are one of my favorite people outside of the ring. In the ring, I can't stand your style. Just being honest with you. But you put on a phenomenal fight against Errol Spence. Loved it. And had you not gotten knocked down, you probably would have won that fight. I loved it. Sean Porter brings out the best in everybody who he fights. I have to give him that. Sean Porter pushes everybody who he fights. I have to give him that. Sean Porter has a better welterweight resume than Terrence Crawford. I have to give him that. This is facts. This is true. But in spite all of that, which one of these channels, pro PBC narrative pushing channels, is going to bet on him? You ain't gonna find neither one of them niggas that's gonna bet on. But look at these dudes on the panel. These dudes on the panel with Sean Porter ain't gonna bet on Sean Porter. And that's his homeboys. You ain't gonna find nobody on this panel that's gonna bet on Sean Porter. And those are his homeboys. They ain't gonna bet on him. Bless him. Poor baby, bless his heart. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to say this again. Calling out all, as a matter of fact, calling out all Alphabet Boy channels. Calling out all Pro PBC. Call Al. Al Heyman is the greatest thing on the planet. Support us. You say that Terrence Crawford has a weak resume. I give you that. You say that Terrence Crawford hasn't fought anybody in the welterweight division or in boxing. I give you that. You say that Terrence Crawford hasn't fought a top contender, a nobody in boxing yet. I give you that. You say that Sean Porter is this great, awesome fighter, and he is going to be the one to expose Crawford. I give you that. You say that Sean Porter is the one that's going to knock Terrence Crawford out. I give you that, even though he ain't knocked nobody out since 1969, but I give you that. You say that Sean Porter is the one that's going to stop Bud and expose Terrence Crawford for the fraud that he is. I'm going to give you all that. Nigga, how much you want to bet on Sean Porter? That's all I got to say. I'm betting money on Terrence Crawford against this guy. And I will even send my money to one of you Alphabet Boy leaders. One of you PBC supporters who you guys trust. Send the money in advance once this fight is signed, but you got to put your money up too. Because I want to make sure when Crawford stop this dude, I want to make sure I get my goddamn money. I don't want no excuses. That's all I got to say. Other than that, guys, I'm just going to end it on that note. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Give everybody a round of applause. Shout out to Saint Nine. Shout out to Paul Evans. Shout out to Karma Serene. Shout out to Lisa Bell. Shout out to Lady Shan. Shout out to Magic Key Boxing, who was here earlier today. Forgot to give him a shout out. Shout out to Third Coast Royalty. Shout out to Terry. Shout out to Double A the Sagittarius. Shout out to Johnny Blaze. Shout out to H. Don. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Jarvis Bickle. Shout out to my brother Toom. Please be safe out there on that road, brother. Shout out to Eliza Feliciano. Shout out to Levi Smith. Shout out to Hustle for VA. Okay. Shout out to King KO. Shout out to Nikki. Salute to you, sis. Shout out to Graham Taylor. Shout out to who else we got? King KO. Shout out to Fort Knight. Shout out to Newburgh's Finest. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Steve in the UK. What's going on, fam? Shout out to my sister Lisa Bells. Shout out to Nuratu 2017. What's going on? Shout out to Jarvis Bickle. Shout out to my brother Charlo. Go ahead and stop sharing this right quick. Sorry about that, guys. Shout out to Exposerholic. Shout out to Yasir. I got a homeboy named Yasir. Shout out to Paul Evans. Shout out to, who else we got? Shout out to Wrangler, SHIT Wrangler. Shout out to Eric 1984. Shout out to Corn Kid. Shout out to Diallo Huggy, who was here earlier too. My brother Huggy Bear. I like to call him Huggy Bear. Big hug in the building. Shout out to Dr. Hook. Shout out to Fort Knight. Shout out to Arlette. Shout out to you, sis. Shout out to, who else we got? Steve in the UK. Shout out to Graham Taylor. Shout out to TK. Shout out to Paul Evans, and I think his niece name is Anna. Shout out to Anna. Shout out to Rod Real Show. What's going on, fam? Shout out to TK in the building. Shout out to Con Shawnery. Shout out to Rob Rib Shows. Shout out to Double A Sagittarius, my brother. Dr. Hook. Lady Shan done them season. Shout out to Hooligan Music. Shout out to Bruce Goals in the building. Peter Barnarks. Shout out to West Cork. Just want to make sure I get everybody. And once again, guys, we will be on again tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, from 3 to 5:30. We ran 18 minutes over. Shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing. Shout out to the UK. Shout out to Caleb Eggplant. Need to talk to Uncle Al. Can you sign that contract, boy? You need to get out that double wide trailer. Shout out to Terrence Crawford. Shout out to the PBC. Shout out to Uncle Al. I said what I said and I meant it. Shout out to Uncle Al. And shout out to the Alphabet Boy channels. And shout out to all of the pro PBC narrative pushing channels and supporters. Shout out to you guys too. I got my money on Terrence Crawford. If you want to bet, let me know. Just let me know. I want to know how much you like Sean Porter for. Make it light on yourself. Hopefully I say something that provoke you to where you would emotionally get charged to where you want to prove a point to where you want to put your money up. Hopefully I piss you off that much that you're willing to bet your money. Hopefully. Other than that, that's it. This is boy Coach Malachi Williams. Salute to my brothers and sisters in the chat. Shout out to the UK. Shout out to the USA. Shout out to everyone who loves the sport of boxing. If I hurt your feelings today because you are a pro PBC supporter, I do not apologize. But you can come back tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, to get pissed off some more, because I'm pretty sure that I would say something else that is going to piss you off. And then you can take what I said, take it back and report it back to those Alphabet Boy channels and pro PBC supporters. Take it back to them. Tell them what I said. And y'all can come over here in droves. I have no problem with that. I can handle it. I will let you talk. I will not, I ain't gonna cut you off. Go ahead and do your thing. Do your thing. But over here, we do not push the narratives. We do not push the narratives at New Media Today USA Boxing. If you are looking for a narrative, this is not the channel for you, sir. But I do appreciate the support. I do appreciate the support. Once again, New Media Today USA Boxing, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Don't beat me there, beat me there. Holla at you, everybody. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.